Yeah. You wanna play with your Mario game? I had a big Rames as a big Tames. Cause Mario might be super, but I'm super duper with a big tuber. Cause no one's gonna hit it like me, cause Mario has a big C. But I got the A plus on that test because it's a big mess. Mario might be a Superman, but I'm gonna have a big tan. He might have went to the past, to the future, but I'm gonna make the new game have the future. Man, the Mario can't play like the T-dubs on the May. Man, you wanna hit it down with the big town? Man, he can't be like the big brown. My boy Emo, he has a Simo. Yeah, and Seth and Emo, once they get together, they're gonna be the team of the meme. You see, my boy Seth, he can rap like the meth. That's on the test. Man, you can't even hit it with a big nest. Man, you can't beat him because he's gonna see him. Man, he's gonna hit it down with a big town. I'm gonna make it round. I had a big town in A-town. I came from a place named Charlotte. My boy Kevin Bartolacci, he's gonna hit it down like a Bartolacci. He can skateboard like the top boy Tony Hawk. But you think Tony Hawk's so cool, well Kevin got some more of the follets. He's gonna unfold it like the toilet. Man, once that man made the toilet, everybody thought it was so awesome. But it's gonna be a toss-em up between my boy Kevin and that man. And see, today is the day that I'm gonna play the game with the big brain. I'm gonna show you what's up and what's not up, because it's going down in my town. You write me down in your books, cause I'm gonna have the hooks, or the big tricks. Man, all the ladies want me, but it's gonna be a game to play the rain of the Mario. See, he is a princess, but I get all the others. Hot princesses. He wants one, I want all the others, because it's gonna be a southern. See, I'm the pimpin' man of the big rant, and you wanna be in the band. Well, I'll be your main man to get you out of that rant. Because it's coming down with the town. Everybody knows it's gonna be found in the big round town. Play this, boys, cause it's nothing with the toys. Kinda quit playing with your toys, cause the Mario ain't even an Atario. You wanna play the Barrio? I have the toys of the Moys, and everybody knows it's coming down with the toys of the boys. Man, my boys don't even play with games anymore. They're on the reins of the dames. Man, you wanna hit it down with the town? I had a big brown. I had a big town of A bound. I rebound that ball and shoot it. I'm gonna make it because I'm the top dog. Man, when they want something good, they come to me, because I'm gonna be like the sea, fast and nice, but I make it hit it up like a little spice. Yeah. You wanna play with your Mario game? I had a big Rames as a big Tames. Cause Mario might be super, but I'm super duper with a big tuber. Cause no one's gonna hit it like me, cause Mario has a big C. But I got the A plus on that test because it's a big mess. Mario might be a Superman, but I'm gonna have a big tan. He might have went to the past, to the future, but I'm gonna make the new game have the future. Man, the Mario can't play like the T-dubs on the May. Man, you wanna hit it down with the big town? Man, he can't be like the big brown. My boy Emo, he has a Simo. Yeah, and Seth and Emo, once they get together, they're gonna be the team of the meme. You see, my boy Seth, he can rap like the meth. That's on the test. Man, you can't even hit it with a big nest. Man, you can't beat him because he's gonna see him. Man, he's gonna hit it down with a big town. I'm gonna make it round. I had a big town in A-town. I came from a place named Charlotte. My boy Kevin Bartolacci, he's gonna hit it down like a Bartolacci. He can skateboard like the top boy Tony Hawk. But you think Tony Hawk's so cool, well Kevin got some more of the follets. He's gonna unfold it like the toilet. Man, once that man made a toilet, everybody thought it was so awesome. But it's gonna be a toss-em up between my boy Kevin and that man. And see, today is the day that I'm gonna play the game with the big brain. I'm gonna show you what's up and what's not up, because it's going down in my town. You write me down in your books, cause I'm gonna have the hooks, or the big tricks. Man, all the ladies want me, but it's gonna be a game to play the rain of the Mario. See, he is a princess, but I get all the others. Hot princesses. He wants one, I want all the others, because it's gonna be a southern. See, I'm the pimpin' man of the big rant, and you wanna be in the band. Well, I'll be your main man to get you out of that rant. Because it's coming down with the town. Everybody knows it's gonna be found in the big round town. Play this, boys, cause it's nothing with the toys. Kinda quit playing with your toys, cause the Mario ain't even a Tario. You wanna play the Barrio? I have the toys of the moys, and everybody knows it's coming down with the toys of the boys. Man, my boys don't even play with games anymore. They're on the reins of the dames. Man, you wanna hit it down with the town? I had a big brown. I had a big town of a bound. I rebound that ball and shoot it. I'm gonna make it because I'm the top dog.
Okay, there we go. That seemed to have fixed the problem. Okay, I'm just gonna lower this down a little bit. 2.1. Okay, there we go. So as I was saying, before the mic stopped working, what I was trying to say is, if you are under the age of 18, you should not be watching this stream. If you are watching this with people under the age of 18, you should not be watching this stream with them. Let's see. What else did I say last time? Oh yeah, the subject matter in these fan fictions is pretty sexual by nature. And then, once again, so, hey, Chef, if you're watching this, shouldn't be letting the Spurg watch this stream. It's not for her. It's not one of those episodes. Alrighty, with that disclaimer out of the way, let's see. Naughty by nature. Basically, these fan fictions are horrible, but it's kind of my responsibility to give that disclaimer in the first place. Hopefully, Fourth Ball will be hopping on sometime soon. But in the meantime, this is something that hold on, I'm gonna try to, let's see. I'm streaming right now, and the first cursed fan fiction we're gonna be listening to is Snape X Teletubbies. I haven't heard this one in a while. I haven't heard Snape X Teletubbies in a while. That's how you know it's already gonna be good. Join in on the cringe. Alrighty, so let's get started. The first one we have here is Snape X Teletubbies. This one is already going to be good, just by the title of it alone. Hopefully it will work. Okay, hold on. Okay, there we go.
Today we're going to do something a little romantic, a little more fun.
Fixed it.
So I hope you're ready. You have your snacks. You're wearing your best dressed attire for our fancy date. And maybe hope that you're sitting down. Let's read Severus Snape, Professor and Lover.
Oh, God.
Way. Severus Snape was very sad.
Oh.
He was not having many pleasures doing legions and
I hate Fourth Wall.
Anymore. All those adventures happening at Hogwarts sucked the inner life from his bones. Hey,
Fourth Wall, you might not want to be giggling too much when it comes to you doing something like squats or the bench.
Or to accomplish. He went to Dumbledore. Headmaster, I want to quit. I don't have what it takes to teach anymore. Dumbledore looked puzzled. But Snape, you are my best professor. You can't go and waste the knowledge you have. Oh, Dumbledore, I'm so sad, said Snape, putting the back of his hand on his forehead. Dumbledore, the powerful and wise wizard, was thinking of a solution. Okay, Snape. I'll transfer you to another place, somewhere calm, where you will help good creatures that have no parents.
Good creatures that have no parents.
That Dumbledore understood his feelings. Snape took the
Fourth Wall, I've been drinking like all day. It's like the last day of spring break for me, and I figured that why not drink all day and then do this stream, you know, when doing Redding when I'm ready to do the stream or whatnot. When you Expelliarmus and she keeps Expecto Patronuming.
Train, and after days, he'd finally arrived to this colorful and wonderful place. It was the Tubby Dome Supertronic. The place was dwelling of students. He was
it's gonna get pretty dark, my guy. It's gonna get pretty dark.
welcomed by a periscope as he arrived. Professor Snape, you arrived. The students are waiting for you in the classroom. When Snape entered
What classroom?
4 colorful creatures were sitting on the chairs. Uh-oh! The student said in choir as Snape smiled, feeling his heart get full of ignominious passion. All right, dear students, today you will learn potion making. No, we want to learn how to be adults, cried the 4
What? No. Oh, no.
Tubbies. They had lived for many long years inside that perfect
Told you,
bubble,
it's been a while since
only
I've last heard
experimenting the joys of youth. And every day was the same to them, not really eventful. A flash of hope had filled the students' hearts with a promise of life beyond the perfect prison they were trapped in. Only that pale-skinned man can save the babies from this terrible fate. But kids, said Severus, I must accomplish the curriculum. Oh, Professor, I'm dying from the inside. Don't let the evil periscope suck the last remnants of humanity locked in my fatal broken heart, said the yellow Teletubby, La.
Oh,
with
no.
a sensitive voice, calling for a strong man to free her mind, her body.
Oh, no. No. Once again, it's been many months since I last heard this one. Oh, God damn it.
Come on. Snape looked at her. He felt something funny. Something that made his penis twitch. It was a long time since he'd shared an intimacy-filled moment with a woman. But Teletubbies, if the periscopy woman watches us, how can we have privacy? The purple leader, Tinky Winky, got up and uttered with his powerful throat. I have a secret place, Professor. We can learn there and free ourselves from the bounds of madness that others inflicted upon us, he said, hitting his chest with a clenched hand. Snape looked down. He thought for a second. He decided to follow the purple leader. They opened a secret door inside of the Teletubbies' house, a door leading to the basement. The place was full of rats and cockroaches. Water infiltrated the place, and mold smell was present in dangerous quantities.
What?
A lot of dirty was covering the place. A big bowl
It's those little grammatical errors that, like, when he reads it, I don't know what it is. It just makes me chuckle, like uncontrollably chuckle.
one of the walls could be seen. You are making a hole? Yes, Snape, said Tinky.
AC says, Scurvy is breaking my audio hymen. Please be gentle. Oh, no, the fuck I won't be.
Winky. We must
I thought yours already got broken.
So we are creating an exit route to get out of the evil crushes of the periscope. Oh, I must help you, Teletubbies. Professor, said Lala. First, teach us how to adult.
Teach us how to adult.
Snape nodded. He, with his wondrous magic wand, created a giant bed and some red wine and cheese to accompany the illustrious moment.
Red wine and cheese. Oh, God damn it. What was that, a spell in Harry Potter? Shinobi, hey, how's it going? Erectus Maximus, secret place, no jutsu. Arrgh! My magic hymen will put you to bed. That's the anime version of this, I guess. I'm listening but won't say a thing for a bit. I need a drink. You get your fucking drink, Postnut. I'm already pretty fucking sloshed. I've been drinking the whole day.
Ooh, yeah, so romantic. Teletubbies, lay here with me. I'll teach you how to be an adult. But you, Poe, aren't ready yet. You are too young. Stay there in the corner and play with something. Poe got sad, but did what Snape had said, sitting in the corner, but watching the others instead of playing. So, said Snape, Lala,
God damn it,
you take
AC.
a pair with me. Tinky Winky, you go with Dipsy. Watch me while I play with Lala and mimic my movements. This way you will learn.
No.
Snape then got on his knees and
So, once again, it's not Regretful Reads who writes the shit, though he has written, like, 1 or 2 fanfictions just for, I think just for the channel. So he's reading this, like, blind, albeit edited, because if you listen to the unedited audio, it's like he's just laughing through the whole fucking thing. But basically, he is trying his damnedest to read the thing. Chaz looks like a Grigga Teletubby. He'd better be like... No, Chaz is not a Teletubby. He is a Heracross.
looked at Lala, who was lying under him. She was sweating a bit. Don't be afraid, small yellow girl. Just spread your legs.
I remember what I was going to say. But basically, he's reading like stuff that other people have written written in the past or have written for the channel. That's basically it. This is one of those instances where he's reading something that was written like a long time ago.
And she did. An engorged vagina shined from her crotch. It was full of cotton and yellow pubic hair. Snape picked up a scissor from the floor and suddenly started to cut it. Snape, Dipsy said, Tinky Winky have no crotch mouth, but a very strange tongue. It's filled with purple wrinkled skin. Oh, Dipsy, he doesn't have a crotch mouth.
Crotch mouth.
But behind him, you will find a pork's eye. Don't be afraid. It's dirty, but after a while, you will like the fine flavor of melted chocolate covering your lips.
Ah, gross.
Dipsy turned Tinky Winky, and the purple Teletubby revealed his deep purple anal hole. What do I do? Asked Dipsy. The same I will do with Lala. Don't be afraid. Tinky Winky will scream and moan, but you must go on, said Snape with a calm and soft voice. Oh, Professor! Don't be afraid.
Wait, hold on.
Tinky Winky.
I didn't mean to skip, go past 10 seconds. I need a moment. It's been so goddamn long since I last heard this. Oh my god.
You will scream and moan, but you must go on, said Snape with a calm and soft voice. Oh, Professor, Lala moaned. I think I peed myself. I'm feeling moist. No, you did not pee. You're just happy that I'm here. Seriously?
Seriously?
Yes. Now, suck my index finger. And she did.
Why the index
Snape
finger?
unclothed himself. His pale, shiny penis appeared, and all of the Teletubbies got impressed. His nutsack was...
All the Teletubbies got impressed. Oh my god.
very white and hairy, and exhaled
So
a smoke
cursed.
oil
I agree,
perfumer
fourth of
essence.
all.
Lala felt a jolt of pleasure down her antenna.
Oh my god.
Now, boys, do as I do. And then Snape pushed his wizard wondrous penis inside.
It's a wizard wondrous penis. I remember that phrase. That's a phrase you can't forget it. Wizard's wondrous penis. AC says, why do you think they call them tubbies? More cushion for the bushing. Ah, damn it!
She screamed. A flush of yellow blood came from her now broken hymen. The yellow blood covered Snake. He rubbed himself with the sticky warm liquid.
Oh!
Professor!
This also gets really gross really fast.
Isn't this wrong? I'm feeling so dirty. No, Lala.
Fourth wall. Dumbledore is in this, but not in the Tubby Dome. I'll tell you that.
Don't be ashamed. When you bit the forbidden fruit, the knowledge will fulfill your inner desires. Be my Eve.
Be my
Snape
Eve.
then punched her with his Rockefort penis. The Teletubby girl moaned and smiled. Dipsy did the same on Tinky Winky, puncturing the purple asshole with the green penis he was proud of. Tinky Winky screamed. Ah! You hurt me, my dear friend. Stop. I cannot withstand your protuberant obelisk of deduction.
Deduction?
I cannot, said Dipsy. Professor said I must go on with our journey throughout the steps towards a greater understanding about our true nature.
About our true nature?
Dipsy, use your body fluids to appease the sorrow of your companion. Snake spoke wisely. Dipsy then spat on his hand. It was green, as his body, and full of dancing crawlers that were enjoying the hot abode that was his nostrils. Dipsy covered his fluffy, hard penis with it and penetrated Tinky Winky again. This time, the purple one enjoyed the act. Oh! He moaned.
What?
Snape was fucking Lala. Hard. A lot of yellow blood continued to go out her vaginal daisy. The whole thing was hurting her bad. Professor, it aches. Be calm, my yellow student. After a while, no pain can touch you. Wait the massage of gods.
The massage of gods? What's the massage of gods, Snape?
After a while, the orgasms started, and she had multiple ones. Her chest grew a pair of breasts, and they lactated the holy nectar.
The holy nectar.
She wasn't in her mature years, though, so her bowel controls were rudimentary. The orgasms unleashed a slope of dung covered the bed, and the smell was atrocious. The flow was so intense, globs of shit splattered at Snape's legs and then hit his pale face. God,
gross.
Oh, Lala, Snape moaned. Finally, the cocoa honey. Snape rubbed his face with the black hot blood ooze Lala vomited with her anus. It was hot and disgusting. Resulting in Snape vomiting a mash of orange juice, bloody spaghetti, and Mama's chili pepper. The Teletubby under him was now covered in vomit. It even reached Lala's vagina and splashed all over her tummy. She rubbed the vomit all over her body and breasts and swallowed a good portion of it. Come on! Lala was happy. She can now let go of the shame of being the mistress to an old snake man.
Are we still on YouTube? This was on YouTube, Shinobi. I'll let you know that. 50 Shades of, Oh my god.
Dipsy took a portion of hot boiling dung and shoved it inside Tinky Winky's anus. The penetration is now complete. Snape, said Lala, can I penetrate you too?
Can I penetrate
Snape
you
had
too?
never thought about something so insulting to his manhood. But the pleasure would be so insane. So he nodded with a moan. Yes! Lala prepared her finger, full of vomit and macaroni strings.
Oh.
She slowly moved her index finger and prepared to penetrate the man. The finger entered Snape's left nostril and started to fuck it. She was fast and didn't want to lose time. As Lala fucked Snape's nose, the vomit in her nails started to smell, which resulted in him gagging and coughing as he breathed in. The bloody puke hit Lala's eyes, but she just laughed. Lala then put her other index finger inside the other nostril. He felt the pleasure getting more intense. Lala's tits lactated like crazy, a fountain of milk and passionate dung. The milk and shit shower was so intense it reached Poe. Oh no.
Oh no.
Who was striding in the corner, masturbating the whole scene. He drank the shit-covered milk and peed himself in pleasure. Even a small Teletubby have the right to feel the magnificent joy of the motherly nourishment coming from his sister's breasts.
What?
They're related?
They're related. I think they are.
Snape is ready to come. He grabbed his penis and felt the intense feeling coming. The cum-tastic feeling filled his body.
The cum-tastic feeling. Oh my god.
As he came, the cum-filling Lala's small vagina with a gorgeous and thunder-striking goo that overflows her, washing away all her pureness.
All her pureness, what?
The yellow and tasty alien woman girl with nice and softly cotton breasts was now coming too. Her Teletubby body got gorgeously tasty. Even her brothers thought she was delicious now that she had gotten breasts.
What?
Dipsy came inside Tinky Winky not soon after. The two cotton alien boys had discovered what it takes to make a real action hero. Boys, said Snape, you have graduated. You are now mature and responsible adults. You can take care of your own butts. Snape, said Tinky Winky, rubbing his cum-covered ass. We must escape. The periscope is already searching for us. Lead the way.
This is when this suddenly becomes like an action flick. Well, I wouldn't really qualify it as such, but it just takes a sharp turn towards the insane.
The Teletubbies and Snape followed Tinky Winkies down the hole they'd made. The cave was very dark and long, but Snape used his wand to lighten up the way. As they walked down the cave, they could see a light not far from them. Snape was expecting them. A figure could be seen in the other end of the cave. You shall not pass!
Told you Dumbledore was in the story.
Who are you? Snape asked. I'm very disappointed with you, Snape. I thought you had a rocky shadow heart, but I seem to be wrong. It was a mistake sending you here. A mistake I'm going to correct. Wait. I know that voice. It's... The figure emerged from the light, creating a flowing flame around him. His face was revealed. It's Dumbledore. No! You! Shouted Snippy.
Snippy.
Yes, me. Why do you want the Teletubbies? Oh, you don't know. They are Death Eaters, Snape. We must kill them, Dumbledore shouted. Death Eaters? That's
Death
impossible.
Eaters?
No, Tinky Winky spoke. It's true. We work for Voldemort. Snape felt his heart sink. No. Why? Voldemort promised that he would free our homeland from the Dementors' invasion. But, as we worked for him, Dumbledore caught us. Now he absorbed our energies to fuel his mega bulldozer that... Shut the fuck up! cried Dumbledore. You will now die! No, I will not let you do that, said Snape. He created a strong bond with those aliens, and he couldn't just let them die, even if they were working for the enemy. So, Dumbledore spoke, you will die too. Dumbledore screamed the killing spell, waving his wand. But then, Tinky Winky pulled out a Colt 45 revolver and shot Dumbledore. Or at least he thought. The powerful wizard deflected the bullet, rather easily. Ha! You cannot kill me! Snape, go! Save the Teletubbies! I'll buy you time! Cried Tinky Winky.
Tickly Winky.
Lala screamed. We can't let you die here. But you must. He will kill everyone in his way. No one can save our homeland. You'll have to run. Tinky Winky started shooting bullets in Dumbledore's direction. Snape used his wand and started to drill a hole in the cave, and the Teletubbies managed to drill another hole. They could see Tinky Winky shooting Dumbledore from the distance. Dumbledore! Tinky Winky screamed. He picked up a hand grenade, pulled the pin, and threw it at Dumbledore. Die, bastard! No! The cave exploded, launching rocks and dirt all over the place. Fast, Teletubbies, said Snape. Hide! And they did. A lot of rocks fell from the roof, dust covering everything. Tinky Winky! The three Teletubbies cried. Lala turned to run and save her brother. No, you can't. The place is unstable. We will die staying here, cried Snape, as the ground they were standing on started to shake. They raced away from the crumbling Tubby Dome Supertronic, avoiding the falling rocks and the poison flowers that tried to attack them. After a while, they reached a safe place. Why? Why did we let him die, Snape? She was crying. Oh, Lala. He saved us.
He saved us.
But it's not fair. I know. Snape hugged Lala, and the other Teletubbies did so too. The silence was broken by Snape speaking. Lala, I promise, we will avenge your brother. The end?
The end?
Question mark?
Okay. Okay, that was already a lot. For the first fanfiction we went over for the night, this was already a lot, and I'm gonna need a lot more alcohol for this, aren't I? Yep. Let me grab my rum bottle. Then we'll get to the next fanfiction shortly after. Oh my goodness! It's only like 6:30, and I'm already this fucking sloshed. Oh wait, I've been drinking the whole day. Alrighty, next one we have here: Wario and Captain Falcon. Though this one is more so of the Super Smash Bros. Variety, rather than simply just Wario and Captain Falcon. There's a whole bunch of other fucked up ships in here too.
The content you are about to watch is not
This one's gonna be a real ear workout, fellas.
intended for children. Viewer discretion advised. Why do I keep doing this? Welcome
Why do I keep doing this?
back,
You're telling me.
regretters, to another episode of Regretful Reads. Today we have something a little special. The crossover of a generation. Buckle up. It's time to start. Warning. This story contains graphic depictions of violence, major character death, and rape. Captain Falcon pounds Wario's fart box by Juicy D. Hugger. The summary here says, Captain Falcon is very interested in butts. Wario's butt catches his eye, and now Falcon wants a piece of that. What happens next? Chapter 1. Falcon and Wario. Captain Falcon was driving in the Blue Falcon when all of a sudden he got an erection. He was wearing his normal suit, so he couldn't get his penis out easily. He started to think about Solid Snake's ass as he drove, which made it too concentrate of the road ahead. He looked at his growing meat monster. and suddenly he crashed
Yep, give me a sub. Strangers who might be watching this, give me a sub.
into another car. The impact jerked him around and made him ejaculate. Captain Falcon took off his seatbelt and got out of the car and found out that he had crashed into Wario's car. The fat, ugly troll man got out of his pimpmobile and walked up to Captain Falcon. "What are you doing?" Wario asked. "Pay attention to the road, you asshole." "I'm sorry," Falcon said. I was just really interested in pounding that ass." The fuck?
The fuck?
Wario asked. "I'm not gay." "You don't have to be gay to enjoy being Falcon punched in the fart box," Falcon replied. "Wow, when you put it that way," Wario said.
When you put it that way.
"Good," Falcon said. "Meet me at my house later tonight. You know where to go." Falcon got back into the Blue Falcon and went back home. Wario continued to drive and was unable to wait to be fucked in his poop chute. Chapter 2. Wario's Fart Box.
There's a whole chapter about Wario's ass. What?
Later that night, Wario stopped at Captain Falcon's house. It was a complete mess, as if it were abandoned. Wario was unsure if Falcon was even in at the time, but Wario was already too horny to turn back now. He might as well walk in, which is what he did, with his stubby little legs. Wario waddled into the house and shut the door behind him, and was greeted by a naked Captain Falcon. "Newies to see you, Wario," Falcon greeted.
Newies?
His erection stood at 20 inches.
20 inches.
Wario could swear that it was continuing to grow larger, but too, he wasn't sure. Falcon walked towards Wario.
Oh, there's a lot of fucking typos in this one. I remember that much.
His cock and balls bouncing with every step he took. "What a nice pensy," Wario said.
Pensy.
"It's still not gay, right?" "Only if the balls touch," Falcon replied.
That's where I got that line from. Only
Wario
if the
started to
balls
get
touch.
naked, his obese
that's what it
ogre
is.
body
That's what it's
showing
gay.
off as Falcon licked his lips. Wario's 3-inch dick stood hard. It was nothing compared to Falcon's massive fart hammer. Wario was so nervous. He started to fart a lot. "I'm sorry,"
I fart.
Wario said. "Looks like I need to plug up your ass hoily," Falcon said. He bent Wario over and started to fuck him hard. Wario's fat jiggled with each Falcon thruster. Wario groaning in comfort
thruster?
as the cock drove deeper into Wario's fart cave. Wario was about to achieve ejaculation as Falcon pulled out his cock from Wario's ass. He moved over to Wario's face, giving the greedy cock muncher what he wants.
What?
"Time to go ass to mouth," Captain Falcon said, thrusting his cock inside. Wario sucked on it as he farted really hard. Hard enough to blow a hole through the wall of Captain Falcon's shitty house. Falcon came in Wario's mouth as Wario butt blasted again, this time with projectile poop flying out of his asshole and burning a hole right through the floor.
What the
fuck? Falcon exclaimed.
Falcon!
"Sorry about that," Wario said.
Ah,
"I had Taco
damn,
Bell earlier."
Fourth ball.
"Jesus, Wario, you need to warn me before you come over," he replied. Wario farted one more time, hard enough to bring the entire house down,
Oh no!
seemingly crushing both naked men. Were they dead?
Were they dead?
Chapter 3. Dr. Mario molest Falcon.
Dr. Mario.
Captain Falcon woke up in the hospital. He was greeted by everyone's favorite doctoro, Dr. Mario.
Doctoro?
Falcon was gravely injured, his whole body wrapped bandages. Huh? Falcon said. Where am I? You're in the hospital, dumbass. Dr. Mario.
You're in the hospital.
Thank goodness that solid snake called. Otherwise, you and Wario would have been deaded.
Did?
Where's Wario? He's in surgery, Dr. Mario said. Woohoo, you just couldn't stop farting and shitting all over the place. Can I fuck him? Falcon demanded. His cock was throbbing.
Him? That's his first thought.
I'll fuck you instead. Dr. Mario replied. By the way, I am not a real doctor. God damn it.
I'm not the real
Dr.
doctor.
Mario pulled out his dick and started to fuck Captain Falcon in the asshole. They fucked all night long. Wario's farting problem wasn't able to be solved, and so he got out of surgery.
He got out of surgery.
Chapter 4. Donkey Kong's Luigi's Dong.
Oh no! Oh no, not Donkey Kong! Oh no!
One day, Luigi was at home masturbating to internet porn. He had heard that Mario was sleeping with Daisy, which sent the green plumber into a deep depression. Now all he does is jerk off to anime furry dick girl porn, because why would any woman want to sleep with such a pathetic man?
Oh no! Not
Luigi was in the middle of a sweet jerk. Luigi was in the middle of a sweet jerk when out of nowhere, the door to his house broke down, revealing Donkey Kong. Holy shit, Luigi said. The Donkey Kong! Donkey Kong pounded his chest and pointed at his crotch, his big dong conky hog erect at 23 inches. It was drizzling gorilla spunk at the tip at an alarming rate, which made Luigi widen his eyes. He wondered if the dong was going to widen his third eye too. Donkey Kong threw Luigi to the ground and proceeded to penetrate the skinny plumber Mario brother in his anus. Whoa, go easy, DK, Luigi said, has cockwood erect. But Donkey Kong was busy fart hammering Luigi's rectum for Luigi to get stiff in the pants. Donkey Kong growled and released his hot monkey drizzle into Luigi's poop tunnel. Luigi was exhausted and collapsed to the floor and ejected cum from his ass and onto Donkey Kong's ballsack. Rape, Donkey Kong said as he picked up Luigi and walked off with him in his arms. Not really okay with that.
Not really okay with that.
Chapter 5.
Neither
Even
am I.
Gayer.
What? Even
Captain
gayer?
Falcon and Wario left the hospital
Hold on, even gayer? How this thing has gotten so gay as it is? How could it get even gayer? Oh wait, I know how.
holding hands. However, they ran into Sold Snake, who seemed to be angry.
Snake.
You never called me, Snake said. What happened? Well, Snack, I was distracted, Falcon said. And who is this? My name is Wario, Wario said, farting.
Bro,
Nice
what?
ass, Snake said. You know what? I'm not angry anymore. Really? Falcon asked. Let's get a little kinkier, Snake said. You and Wario at my place later tonight. Sounds like a plan, Falcon said. Captain Falcon and War-Eye arrived at Snake's house in the night, a big black house that was very hard to see. They went inside and were greeted by Snake, who was wearing only a thong.
Only
Gentlemen,
a thong.
Sneka said, time to get
Sneka.
freaky. Let's do it, Falson agreed, taking off his
Falson?
clothes. Let's widen Wario's fart
Fourth of all
box.
says, is there a Mario Exotic fanfiction? Yes, that's the next one. That is the next one we're gonna be listening to.
Wow.
Wow.
Wario said.
I'll be right back. I'm
Now
gonna let
that
the thing
sounds
play.
like a good idea. How long is this? It didn't take long for both muscly men to be balls deep into Wario's rectal tessier, with each thrust making Wario blast ass. It was starting to smell like poo, but no one cared because it was a freaky sex night and Wario was the butt of honor. They were pounding Wario's ass like two trains running into a tunnel at the same time. If only there were a way for this night to get better. There would, but Wario was already satisfied by the
Running into a tunnel at the same Tim.
two homosexual men hammering his shitter. What a fucking ass, Snake said. Where have you been all my life, you fat fucking booty monster? I was waiting for Oi, Wyro said. He started to come as his ass was filled with falcon sperm and snake spunk. Pull out, Falcon said. He removed his shit-covered dick and started smacking Wario's face with it while Snake ate Wario's ass like a Yoshi eating fruit. No, God, no. Ugh. Just then, the wall broke down and Donkey Kong stormed in with Luigi riding his monkey dick. Whoa, what the? Wario said. Donkey Kong threw Luigi aside and pinned down Wario. The gorilla meat monster powed into Wario's gaping anus, which was already loaded
What
with
the
buff
hell?
muscles man cum.
Wait, Forceful, let's see what you say. I can't keep it together with Scurvy laughing in the background.
Wario
I'm
screamed
glad.
as he could feel his inside stretched open by the donkey dick. Dude, Snake said to Luigi, are you okay? DK is love, Luigi said. DK is life. Oh, Chapter 6. Captain Falcon pounded Luigi's asshole as the green plumber sucked off Snake's cock. Wario was being given a poonding in the asshole by Donkey Kong and started to feel his asshole get wrecked. Suddenly, the house blew up. Everyone appeared to be dead. Except, not really. What the fuck? Snake asked. Oh, Tessin, give the report, you fruity ass fa. Snake, how many times have I told you?
What?
Odacan asked. Don't have an orgy without me.
Donkey
Ganondorf
Kong.
appeared, laughing. Hello, fools, Ganon said. The big black red-headed man towered over all the men except Donkey Kong, who was still balls deep in Wario. Literally, his balls were in Wario's rectum. Ganondorf! Captain Falcon stood up, cock erect. Luckily for you, my penis has been hard the whole time, Ganondorf said. Now, feast your eyes on this. Ganondorf got naked and revealed his 50-inch Ganondork. Everyone was in
50
awe.
inches.
It was big, black, hard, and steaming. The King of Evil's pecker made everyone in the world stop and realize what an amazing cock it actually was. Time to rape, Ganondorf said. He mounted the Falcon and penetrated his anus.
Grape.
Falcon struggled, but the influence of cock was too much. His bowels were heating up due to Ganon's cock stream. Snake, do something, Falcon said. Snake was busy masturbating to a picture of Shulk's booty.
Oh no!
Then, out of nowhere, Ganondorf was stabbed in the butt
In the
with
butt.
a dick. It was Link's dick. Yeah! Link screamed. You, Ganondorf said.
Link!
Not in the pit. It burns. Ganon suddenly started to glow, and then he disappeared. Link had done it. He was the legendary cock of time.
What the fuck? mean? What the fuck does cock of time mean? I have many questions, author.
But what now? I'm still horny, Snake said. I know, Falcon said, looking at Luigi.
What?
Let's go fuck Mewtwo.
No! No! Fuck no! God fucking damn it. Okay, I'll keep playing.
Will they fuck Mewtwo? Will DK get his balls out of Wario's ass? Is Strill Luigi a cuck? Find out next chapter. Chapter 7. Mewtwo Dong. Captain Falcon, Snake, Wario, Luigi, and Donkey Kong made it all the way over to the mysterious lab where Mewtwo was. Mewtwo was busy jerking it.
Oh my god. No. Fucking course it has to make a reference to Mewtwo King. Oh, Jason Zimmerman. I mean, he's a good dude, but I don't think Mewtwo was meant to get fucked like this.
Which made it easy for Captain
Mewtwo
Tao
did
to
nothing
fuck
wrong.
him.
Captain Tao.
Which made it easy for the Captain Tao fuck him.
Tao
Falcon stuck his
fuck him.
penis in Mewtwo's butthole, fucking the psychic's creature until he came all over Snake's face. Snake started to suck Mewtwo off, draining even more cum from the purple dong. Falcon came too, filling Mewtwo up with Falcon sperm while Wario and Luigi...
Scurvy, who's Mewtwo King? So Mewtwo King is a professional Smash Bros. Player. His main... I forget, I think his main in Melee... I honestly, I forget who his mains are in each Smash game. But he is very good at Super Smash Bros. He used to be a pro player, actually, but I think he retired pretty recently, and he's just, like, streaming Smash games on, like, Twitch now. Purple dog, Mewtwo isn't a dog.
You were anally fisted by Donkey Kong. Yes, Falcon exclaimed.
Yes!
He blew his load into Mewtwo again, and farted as well. Snake busted a nut all over Mewtwo's cock, and sword fought his penis as well. Now, round 2, Mewtwo said. He started to fuck Falcon in the ass, while fisting Snake in the asshole. Luigi was involved too, eating Mewtwo's ass while Warioing sat on DK's face, farting. Wario was farting a lot, shitting on Donkey Kong's face while ejaculating into the air, covering Luigi with his fluids. Poor Luigi.
Poor Luigi. Yeah, poor Luigi is right. Hope they don't go after Arceus. No, they don't go after Arceus.
They all fucked into the dawn until Bowser showed up, his penis hard. What was going to happen next?
What? Bowser?
Chapter 8. Sonic the Hedgehog joins ISIS. In Green Hill Zone, Sonic the Hedgehog was running around having fun.
Hey, fourth wall, pay attention to this.
Then, all of a sudden, Robotnik showed up. Ha-ha! Robotnik said. I've kidnapped Tails, you fucking bitch. What? Sonic said. Take a look. Robotnik showed a video which showed a video of Tails in captivity. Then, Tails was decapitated by Robotnik's henchmen. Tails, no! Sonic said. He didn't know what to do. That video makes my penis hard, Robotnik said. I want to masturbate over Tails' beheaded body. You son of a bitch, Sonic said. He took out a gun and shot Robotnik to death. And now he was dead. Sonic had avenged Tails. But now what could he do? There was only one thing Sonic the Hedgehog could do now. Join ISIS. How long?
How long
Chapter
is
9.
this?
The one where people die.
Get a load of
Bowser
this.
had appeared at the orgy holding his 50-inch Pensy, an obelisk.
Bowser has a 50-inch Pensy? Don't you mean penis author? And it's, wait, how is it on fire?
That was on fire had jumped over to Wario, which his flaming penis, combined with Wario's butt blasters, set off a large fire that burned down the walls of the lab.
Oh my god.
Donkey wanted that action too, so he turned over to Solid Snake with a grin on his face. "What do you think you're doing?" Snake asked. He soon had a frightened look on his face, like a child that had ended up in the middle of a street. "Oh no." DK's cock was erect again. He forced his massive gorilla gouger into Snack's butthole, anally disgracing the solid snacker. "Wah! Somebody help me!" Wario screamed. Bowser's cock was sabotaging Wario's in his nards, burning away the lining in Wario's intestines. "Aloha, Snack Bar," Sonic said.
Oh, it took me 2 years to learn what that was. Aloha Snack Bar. God damn it. Oh dear Lord. I finally get it. I finally fucking get it. I was like, at the time I was like, what the fuck does Aloha Snack Bar mean? But now I'm just like, it's too goddamn funny.
He pulled out a machine gun. What was he going to do? "Sonic," Falcon said. "What are you doing? That's Shadow's thing, you tardo."
Hey, fourth ball. He mentioned Shadow the Hedgehog.
"Not today," Sonic said.
Not today.
He pulled the trigger and shot, making the gun usable. "For the great baller, Charles Barkley, I will avenge you for what they did to you in Space Jam."
What?
Donkey Kong was hit by one of the bullets, killing him and making his penis come, filling Snake with dead donkey sprem. "Fuck, I didn't come yet," Snake said. He removed the cock from his anus, which in turn...
Do all these guys have the endurance of the gods?
...made Solid Snake shit come. "It's Ouija time!"
Uh-oh, it's a Ouija time. I mean, I know what the line is. I played Mario Kart Double Dash before.
Luigi said as he sucked on Snake's cock. However, Sonic had other ideas, firing his gun at Snake. Mewtwo, though, used his psychic powers to stop the bullets and send them flying back at Sonic, piercing him and killing the hedgehog. "You saved me," Snake said. "Who said anything about that?" Mewtwo said. He picked up Sonic's guns and shot Snake in the head, exploding his noggin and killing him. "Snake!" Falcon cried. His cock was at maximum throb levels. "You killed my husbando, you fucking monster!"
Fucking monster.
Captain Falcon tried to kill Mewtwo, but the Pokemon was much fatter.
What?
"Nice try," Mewtwo mocked. But now, I must make sure my conquest is just." Mewtwo flew over to Bowser, who was still fucking Wario's ass. Wario was worn out. His ass was on literal fire. "You think you can stop me?" Bowser laughed. He pulled his burning cock out of Wario's ass and ejaculated fire onto Mewtwo. Mewtwo, however, appeared behind Bowser and fucked him in the ass. Captain Falcon knew what he had to do now. "Falcon Cockknocker!" And with that, Captain Falcon delivered a kick harder than Regirock's penis to Bowser's ballsack, destroying Bowser's testicles and killing him. Falcon then delivered his next kick to Mewtwo's head, crushing his skull and murdering in him. "Finally, we are free!" Falcon said
What?
mournfully. He looked over to the dead bodies of Snake and Donkey Kong. Wario was in no condition to fuck again. His asshole was pulverized beyond belief. Luigi, however, was still ready to go. "Come on, Luigi," Falcon commanded. Let's get out of here. Luigi held hands with Falcon and left the dark laboratory. They were going to find a hotel or to make sexy love in now that Snake and Wario were dead. Still going.
I feel
Chapter
you.
10.
Still going.
Falcon gets dicked. Cat Pain Falcon and Luigi went to the hotel in order to fuck. Falcon was doing a sexy dance and strip-ninging while Luigi was masturbating to it.
What?
Falcon exclaimed. I'm gonna pound your anus so hard. Ouija ready. Loogie bent over and showed off his gaping asshole, which made Falcon's dick twitch with amazement. He was so horny right now that he did not hesitate to stick his cock in Luigi's butthole. Falcon's balls were slapping against Luigi's testicles, creating...
Night Llama says, oh no, what did I tune into? Dude, you missed the Snape X Teletubbies fanfiction. And you just got onto the end of this one. I can't believe you, Night Llama. You send me 25 brain rot videos, yet you can't even hop on my stream at the start.
An amazing...
Bruh, Snape smashed all the Teletubbies. That's not what happened. Snape only smashed Lala. Meanwhile, Dipsy smashed Tinky Winky, and then Tinky Winky died.
Rhythm
Don't you recall anything post-nut?
Falcon then come in Luigi, filling the skinny plumber with his baby gravy.
Gross.
But Luigi don't get pregnant, and Babby do not get formed. Yes! Falcon pulled out his dick and smacked Luigi's ass with it.
Did,
Why? You have sex without me? Wario shouted. He dashed into the Titol room with a knife and sliced off
Wait, but Wario, I thought you weren't gay.
Captain Falcon's dick. Falcon let out a scream to pierce the heavens. My dick! No!
My dick!
Falcon cried. Let's see you get fucked in the ass now, Wario said, shoving Falcon's severed member into his ass. Then he stabbed Captain Falcon in the chest, killing him. Luigi was scarred. Now you, Luigi, Wario said.
Luigi.
However, there was a different plan, as Link showed up and stabbed Wario in the head. Wario died.
Wario
Link then decided to fuck Luigi. They then get married and went to Hyrule on vacation. Oh boy.
Oh my god. Okay, give me like a minute or two. I'll be right back, and then we'll get to our next fan fiction. Gonna let you guys enjoy something good. Hold on. Let's see. I'll be right back. Alrighty, we're gonna listen to that beginning part again because it's so fucking good. Man, I love that part of that song. Anyways, we gotta get back to our cringe. Wholesome music break for the win. Yep. Now, fourth wall. Hey, you here? Whew, boy, we have... This is something I have not listened to before. Mario X Sonic. Oh, I'll just also let him know I'm Discord. We're now listening to the Mario X Sonic fanfic.
The content you are about to watch is not intended for children.
17
Viewer
minutes.
discretion advised. Welcome back, Regretters. Time
God
for another
damn it,
episode
Sonic.
of Regretful Reads. People have been asking for Mario and Sonic, so we will do Mario and Sonic. And not just one, maybe a couple, but not today. Just one today. And today's
just one
story
today.
is entitled, Is It Wrong to Love a Video Game Character from Another Franchise? By Mario X Sonic Fangirl. Let's get started. Chapter 1. The Two of Them.
Wait, almost as gay as the OG West Side Story? What?
As Mario walked away, Sonic couldn't help but gaze longingly after him. The night they'd shared together was magical, and Sonic had never felt such passion in his short hedgehog life. The things that Mario could do with those gloved hands of his, it blew him away. How can a man so rugged and mustachioed be so passionately gentle? All Sonic wished, however, was that the hero disappearing from view would stop chasing princesses in another castle and go after his heart instead. Mario was many things. A hero, a plumber, a dumb fuck who only wears red, but never a lovesick puppy. Sure, Princess Peach is gorgeous, and her pussy poppin', but she was always in another.
Wouldn't you know, Princess Pesh is like my first childhood crush. We all had one of those. For me, it was Princess Pesh. But I ain't gonna lie, the fanfic is probably right. Her pussy probably is poppin'.
Castle. Or even with his archenemy, Bowser. He always has the biggest castles. Compensating much, Bowser? No. Lately, he's found a new interest in a certain blue blur. The way Sonic's fur ruffles in the wind, his cute ears, and especially his green pupils that seemingly just dart around in one huge eyeball. Yeah, he was in love. What the hell is he gonna do?
His green pupils that just dart around and just in one eyeball.
Now, hint, they gonna fuck.
They gonna
Chapter
fuck.
2. Prom a night.
Prom a night?
It was every
Prom
high schooler's
night?
dream. Prom night. All of the girls would dress up, and all of the boys would look sharp. Not Mario, though. He was wearing a hot singlet tube dress with his signature M on the right breast. Peach had lent it to him the night before, and he was feeling sexy and
What?
confident as he stood in the mirror looking at himself. The way the dress hugged his curves that he built up from shoving his fat ass into pipes all the time. His hair was also slicked back, and his mustache combed neatly. Mario! The voice was pleasantly familiar to Mario's ears. It was his handsome prom date, Sonic the Hedgehog. Mario
Sonic
couldn't
the
imagine this
Hedgehog.
night being any better without the hedgehog on his
Hey,
arm.
fourth wall, you're missing out on this.
Ready to go, hot stuff? Mario never felt more ready in his life. I'm ready, baby. Let's go. His heads turned as the
ready.
power couple strolled through the doors. Everyone knew the track superstar Sonic, but nobody expected that his date would be the pole vault hero, Mario. Mario's dress shimmered in the
Wait, why pole vault? Why specifically that?
low light, resulting in catcalls from the men that came with and without dates. Sonic glared around the room, effectively silencing the calls, for nobody dared disrespect his queen. There was, however, trouble brewing from the punch bowl. It was Tails, Sonic's
Tails?
ex-lover and closest friend.
Oh, no!
Oh, no.
Oh, no! Come on! Not Tails! No fucking way! I haven't heard this one in a long time, too, but holy fuck, why Tails? Tails is like 9. That's so gross.
His twin tails twitched with insane jealousy. How dare that whore seduce my Sonic? In a flurry of fur and yellow, Tails flew over to the couple and pressed close to Mario's face. You mustachioed freak! Get away from my hubby! And with that, Tails violently pushed Mario into the table, effectively dousing him in the punch. Tails! Sonic yelled. What we had is over! You need to leave! Tails looked down for a moment before responding. Make me! With that, Sonic's rage flared into a vortex of anger and spite. Tails had disrespected him and the love of his life. From this anger, Sonic accidentally summons the Chaos Emerald and goes full-on supersonic.
What?
With his golden spikes fluttering and his red eyes ablaze, Sonic kicks the shit out of Tails and sends him crashing through the roof. Good riddance, Sonic mutters. After powering down,
no.
he rushes to Mario's side. Are you all right, my love? His green eyes met teary blue ones.
The funny thing is, Mario is like 25, so how the fuck is he in prom?
My dress is ruined, Mario cried. It was drenched and stained. Sonic smiled softly. It's okay, look! And with that, he poured a glass of punch on his own fur, staining him in a pink hue. There! Now no one will notice if both of us are dirty! Mario nearly sobbed from happiness. Oh God, I love you so much! Sonic offered a hand to Mario, which he graciously took. Sonic quickly swept Mario up into carrying him bridal style and dashed onto the dance floor. What does the fox say came on at that moment?
What?
Wow! Sonic breathed. I can't believe our luck! They're playing our song!
They're playing
As
our
the lyrics
song.
lovingly played. Wah-pa-pa-pa-pa-pa-pow!
God damn it. God fucking
Sonic and
damn it.
Mario tore up the dance floor, doing moves such as the floss, and dabbing so hard that literal crowds of people fell to their knees at the sight.
Oh, I can tell when
This
this was
continued
written.
song after song, the couple dominating the floor.
I'm not lying to you guys, I can tell when this was written.
People's eyes melted out of their heads. Seriously, they had to call the police. That's how the best prom night ever came to an end at Nintendo High.
Nintendo.
what
High.
now? Mario questioned. How about we head to my place? Sonic coyly answered. Even though prom's over, Mario felt that his night had just begun. Now, most people drive cars, but Sonic doesn't need cars because he's way past cool. No, they said it.
Way past.
He swept Mario off his feet and carried him in his arms with a loving embrace all the way. Sonic started running as fast as he could to beat the traffic on the nearest highway. Mario looked up at Sonic as Sonic carried him home. Sonic, you don't realize how much you mean to me. I love you like Kanye loves Kanye. Tears rolled down Mario's face. Sonic looked down and replied, I know.
I know.
Chapter 3, Netflix and Chili Dogs. They reached Sonic's residence.
The chapter names
Sonic
are
slowed
funny.
down and stopped. Then he put down Mario. Mario and Sonic began to suck faces as the moonlight shined down on the power couple. The two of them ran to the front door with glee and unlocked the door. Mario thought about how Sonic was going to ravish him throughout the night. The door slightly creaked as Sonic opened it, and a strong smell of chili dogs pounded Mario's nose. Is that chili dogs? Yes, my love. I know you like them just as much as I do. I plan to take you home anyway. Mario thought.
Postnut says, only room for one chili dog when I Netflix. Good one. Hopefully it's not on Mario, though.
Of how thoughtful Sonic was. He thinks about me so much. I want to be with Sonic for the rest of my life, thought Mario. Sonic pushed Mario against the wall and lightly wiped some chili across Mario's lips and began to lick it off of Mario.
Oh my god. God damn it.
He lightly wiped some chili across Mario's lips and began to lick it off of Mario. Mario quivered as Sonic's finger brushed across his lips. I love you, Mario. I'm never gonna stop loving you, baby. I love you more. Sonic pushed Mario to the floor, and they proceeded to roll around in the diaspora of chili and hot dogs. Sonic asked Mario in a soothing voice, You wanna do something we've never done before? Mario's eyes glistened in the low light.
No!
Whatever you want, my favorite little hedgehog. Sonic responded. That's it. You're such a good boy. Sweat rolled down Mario's cheek as Sonic leaned close to Mario. And they too began to suck faces again. Smells of hormones and chili dogs filled the room as an old foe approaches the house. The power couple was followed home. As Mario and Sonic rolled around like animals, flinging sweat across the living room, there was a series of unexpected loud knocks at the front door. Mario jumped a little out of shock, and Sonic looked up, wondering who could be at the door. Sonic slowly got off of Mario's wide hips and carefully went up to the door to open it. Sonic had his fists at the ready, expecting Tails. However, that was not the case. Sonic opened the door, revealing Luigi, Mario's brother. Luigi, what are you doing here?
I followed you home, bro. This isn't easy for me to say, but I'm going to come out and say it. I don't think this is the best life you could be living. I saw what happened at prom with Sonic and Tails. This is all becoming too dangerous for you. It's not safe for you here with Sonic. Come home, bro. Leave all this drama behind you before you get hurt again.
Stunned, Mario was at a loss for words. Sonic was furious.
Man, I don't know who you think you are, but Mario and I are deeply in love.
Luigi responded.
Luigi?
I know, but just let him choose what he wants.
Mario shouted.
Luigi, you piece of shit! You were the one who stole Peach away from me several years ago! Since that happened, I feel deeply in love with Sonic. Nothing will separate us!
What? What in the fuck? Luigi stole
Tears
Peach
rolled down
from
an emotionally
Mario?
distraught Mario. Sonic then shut the door in Luigi's face and told him to get lost.
Why?
Asked Mario.
Why do I always have to get hurt?
Sonic looked at Mario with empathy. He embraced him and sucked the remaining chili off his face. It's okay, I'll keep you safe. Since Luigi killed the moon, Sonic and Mario sat around and wondered what to do next. Chapter 4. They fuck.
What's his problem?
Sonic sneered. Mario looked down, ashamed.
That's chapter 5.
I know that look.
Sonic raised Mario's face to look him in the eye.
What is it, babe?
Tears streamed down the plumber's cheeks.
When we were living together a long time ago,
Sonic stayed silent, but encouraged Mario to go on with his emerald green eyes.
My brother, he got really into being a dominatrix.
The shock on Sonic's face would have been comedic if it wasn't for the topic at hand.
I would wake up to him spanking me in my badonka-donk. When I opened my eyes, he was...
Mario and Luigi were a power couple? What the fuck? That's gross.
In a green gimp suit. Call me Papi, he told me. And then A-plugs. I got the A-plugs.
Mario wailed. At this point, All Sonic could do was hold Mario's fragile frame that was currently being wrecked
the
with
fuck?
sobs.
It's okay, Mario. I'm here, baby.
Sonic whispered.
But if it's all with you,
Mario muttered softly.
then I wouldn't mind. I love you, Sonic.
Sonic's face grew hot from the blush that quickly spread across his cheeks.
Don't worry, I'll be gentle.
The warm breath that tickled Mario's ear as Sonic spoke these words sent a chill up his spine and made him feel hot.
Please!
Mario begged. Then Sonic fucking lost it. Mario's dress was gone in a literally flash. Sonic unabashedly gazed upon the plumber's now exposed form, his green eyes full of hunger.
Sonic?
Mario stuttered. His face was flushed crimson, and his ocean blue eyes just couldn't seem to meet Sonic's.
Sorry.
Sonic always went so fast in his life. It was really going to be a struggle to slow down here. But he's willing to do anything for his queen. He cradled Mario's face gently and kissed him slowly. Mario could still taste the chili upon his lips. He wanted more. Their kisses quickly turned into a full-on makeout session. Sonic's gloved hands eventually made it down to the plumber's cake and Sonic's gloved hands eventually made it down to the plumber's cake and gave it a squeeze.
Wahoo!
Mario exclaimed in surprise.
Bing
As
bang
Sonic
wahoo.
laughed at his reaction, Mario had had enough and led the hedgehog towards the bed. He pushed Sonic onto it and straddled Sonic's wide hips.
Let's go, baby!
Mario half moaned through their kisses. Mario began to ride Sonic's hips like a Yoshi. He was relentless. Thank God I bought some more chili lube, Sonic thought to himself. He still wanted more, and he could feel his own chili dog begin to heat up. Sonic whispered into... God damn it. Come on. Keep it together, okay? We got this. Sonic whispered into a now sweaty Mario's ear. You're too slow.
You're too
Mario
slow.
was on his back at lightning speed. His own mushroom was starting to sprout up in his pretty Princess Peach undies. The mere sight of this made Sonic instantly spray cheese from his chili dog, covering
Let's see. Yoda says, howdy. Howdy to you. Welcome to this fucking cursed stream.
Mario from head to toe. Mario giggled and cleaned the excess cheese off of Sonic's chili dog. Sonic shivered and could take no more. He ripped off Mario's princess undies, exposing Mario's now fully grown mushroom. Even though it had eyes, spots, and was pretty fucking veiny, Sonic thought it was the hottest thing he ever saw, leading to even more cheese to spurt from his chili dog.
I'm gonna fill your pipes with this chili dog real good!
Which led to Sonic's now chili lubed up chili dog tearing that ass up like Christmas morning. Faster and faster, Sonic scrubbed the plumber's pipes.
What the fuck?
Mamma mia!
Mario's
Mamma mia!
mushroom fucking exploded, spewing out gold coins. By the end of the night together, Mario had 3 new pipes.
What?
The end, I guess.
Oh man, that was regretful. I haven't heard that one in many years. Dr. Fourth Wall, my channel mod, you missed out. We're gonna do a quick little music break. Actually, no, not exactly a quick little music break. I gotta find our next story. So just enjoy this music break while you can, fuckers. Enjoy the music break for a little bit longer, boys. Okay, we found something. We have found something. This one is Mr. Krabs X Money. And then Yoda says, "Can you play games?" I can. It's just like in terms of the show, not really. Not really. I know my machine can play games, but I prefer doing stuff like this. Well, not exactly, but you get what I mean. But here we have professional narrator tries to read. This is something that I have not listened to before. Mr. Krabs X Money fanfiction.
The content you are about to watch is not intended for children. Viewer discretion advised.
Welcome back, Regretters, to another episode of Regretful Reads. Today we are going to be reading Mr. Krabs X Money.
Wait, who is this? Who's this bitch?
By Jasmine is Boring. Let's get started.
I suppose a new narrator, well, even though, I mean, the channel's removed now, but I suppose I wouldn't mind a new narrator if she can somehow pull off the same shit that Daddy Regretful can pull off. Let's get started.
Prologue. All my life, I had been passed around and used. It almost felt like nobody cared. They would just use me to pleasure them. I felt like I never stayed with anyone for too long. I just wanted someone to show me they cared. I've been with so many people that I thought the day would never come. But then I met him. Mr. Krabs.
Mr. Krabs!
Part 1. It was long ago, but it almost feel like it was just yesterday when I met...
Hold on a second, is this Mrs. Regretful? If that's the case, I don't mind then.
...at the love of my life. Flashback. I was minding my business while chilling with the others in the wallet. I could hear the sound of a restaurant. The sound was sexy.
Now
a
we're at
sexy guy
7
probably owned
views!
this restaurant. All of a sudden, someone with a monotone voice yelled next, and my current owner moved. I felt like, yes, this is finally my chance. I'll finally be able to move on with my life and find a new boo. Little did I know,
What?
I was going to meet the man of my dreams. My current owner paid for their food, and then I felt tentacles grabbing all over my body. It felt kind of good, but that probably just because I hadn't had anyone touch me in a long time. I was then put into the cash register. I didn't really like it in the cash register. There were all these $1 bill sluts. There aren't many classy hoes like me in the cash register. I'm a $50.
You're a $50 bill hoe, right? Something like that. I don't fucking know.
Bill, bitch.
Let's keep
and I
going.
deserve more than to be put in a nasty cash register. I felt like I had spent hours in the register. I thought I would never leave, and began missing my old life, when suddenly I heard him.
Squidward, move all me money to me safe. Yes, Mr. Krabs.
The voice, the aggressiveness of it was just enough to make me crinkle. A little bit. I knew from that moment on that I was gonna make that man mine. I was making a plan to get that sexy-sounding man when all of a sudden, I heard the sound of someone with an extra juicy cooch walking towards the cash register.
What?
It ended up only being that man named Squidward. Something in my heart told me that if I let the Squidward guy do what the guy Mr. Krabs said, then I would be able to meet him. So I stayed extra still to make sure he knew that I was a clash hoe. Squidward picked all of us monies up and brought us to a safe. It'd been a long time since I've been in a safe. Kinda nervous, not gonna lie. Squidward then shut the safe. I knew in my heart that if I waited, then my Prince Charming Mr. Krabs would come and get me. It had been 2 days, and more new money was added to the safe. I thought my prince would never come, but then I heard the lock of the safe being turned. This sexy, sharp, muscular, middle-aged crab was standing in front of me, and I knew I was going to make him mine. Mr. Krabs ended up taking us all home. The things I was going to do to that man. Every time I look at him, my paper pussy tingles. I want him so bad. I do. Almost.
Okay, I'll tell you this, chick. When it comes to stuff like that, that's actually kind of funny. Your reaction to all this, it's kind of similar to mine.
Anything to have him. At that moment, I knew what I had to do. I was going to kill all the other dollar hoes so that the only one Mr. Krabs could have is me. But before I could execute my plan, Mr. Krabs had come back into his money room where he had placed us earlier. He looked like he was looking for something.
Us?
Almost like a missing piece to something important. He was digging through all of us monies searching. I tried to observe him without him knowing, but then out of nowhere, he turned and looked at me. He looked as if he found the missing piece to his puzzle.
What?
I don't know what makes me so special, but I'd let him do whatever he wants to me.
A $50 bill, huh?
I finally found what I've been missing, Mr. Krabs said, while picking me up and taking me to a different room.
Oh, no.
The room I was taken into wasn't like any I'd ever been in before. This room had a doll. A sex doll.
Oh, what?
Made out of money. There was a problem, though. And the problem was that it didn't have a pussy yet.
Oh, what? The money doesn't have a pussy?
I knew that that was what my purpose was now, and I couldn't be any happier. I was so happy that I unlocked an ability in myself and became able to talk. Mr. Krabs, I'm about to be that money doll's pussy. Ooh, woo! He looked surprised by me talking, but then this sexy look came over his face and he said, I knew there was something special about you. And yeah, you're about to complete my money doll. Anything for you, Mr. Krabs.
Anything?
Yeah, anything, I said sensually with a challenging look in my eyes.
Oh, no.
Then why, I'll fuck you senseless.
Well, you moan for me.
Wait, how does one fuck paper? Genuine question. How does one fuck paper like this? I don't
Yes,
need to know,
Poppy.
actually. Poppy?
Papi, I like the sound of that name.
Poppy.
He bien cut a wide slit through me and glued me onto the money sex doll.
It's been too long since I've got me some money, pussy,
said Mr. Krabs. Then he pulled out his girthy 15-inch cock and said,
You ready for this?
God damn, Mr. Krabs, you're hung. No wonder why you're the sole rich guy in Bikini Bottom.
This monster you're about to have?
Oh, yes. Please just shove it in me already, I moaned.
Whatever you want,
said Mr. Krabs. Then, without me anticipating it, he rammed all of his dick inside of me. Each time he would push back into me, he'd yell, "Arr!" Harder, I moaned. "Arr!" he grunted while ramming it into me.
Okay, so the problem with this bitch compared to Regretful Reads is that she kind of laughs a little bit too much, and I don't think Regretful Reads was able to edit all of it.
Me. Harder, I yelled. "Arr!" he said while fucking me at full
bitches,
force.
am I right?
He came. Then he flicked me over and said,
ready for round 2?
always and forever.
Round 2.
His face he made when fucking me all 5 times was so amazing.
5
and I
times?
was just so happy that when I was the only one to get to see it. When he finally got tired, we both passed out and went to sleep. The end.
Oh, god damn it, that was bad. That was really fucking bad. Oh. Hold on, I'm gonna find our next one. Let's see. I'm also trying to not, do some repeats. Oh, god. Oh, wait a second. I remember now. We were gonna watch this one.
The content.
There we go. I remember, but in the meantime, I'll lend you guys another music break. You guys deserve it. I've been drinking all fucking day, so that's kind of why I sound particularly sloshed. But you guys enjoy the music break now. Okay, Jago says, I've come to make an announcement to Shadow. What? What kind of gibberish are you speaking? Anyways, let's get back to our regularly scheduled programming. We have a fan fiction about Donald Trump and Joe Biden. Let's listen.
The content you are about to watch is not intended for children.
Do I need to get more booze for this? Maybe.
Viewer discretion
Give me
advised.
a sec, Jago. I've never seen you here before.
Brump.
Brump.
People have spoken. 4,000 votes. 60% Trump and Biden. This is how you win a democracy. It's time. 20,000 subscribers is quickly approaching. So that means if you were here before, it's going to be...
Brump. Okay, I have to make an announcement. Listening to... Trump. Okay, one more place. Let's get started. Let's see, no points, no quills, no pillows. Look at that, it looks like. Okay.
Regretful reads X something. On the Discord, people are posting their stories, and that will be read once we get to 20K. I do 100% regret making that an option. Anyway, it's time for Brump, a Biden and Trump romance.
Brump!
By Moon Chicken French Fry. Chapter 1.
That guy's username, Moon Chicken French Fry.
Trump's POV. I do
Things
not
are gonna
support
get
gay
bad.
marriage, I announced at one of my rallies. Of course, it's not true. I'm just saying it to hide the fact that I'm deeply in love with Joe Biden, my hot, beautiful, and sexy rival candidate. I just love how his buttocks look so scrumptious and succulent at the time. Sometimes I dream of eloping with him to a faraway island where I can spank and ride him all day long without his consent, because I don't know what consent is. But I'll never know if he loves me back because I'm scared, and I can't deal with the heartbreaking pain if he doesn't.
Oh my god.
After a while, I realized that I had been silent for a few minutes while daydreaming about riding my endearing cutie pie, Joe. My crowd of supporters yelled at me to continue, desperate to hear more bullshit come out of my mouth. And so, I proceeded with my very wonderful, inspiring speech.
This one is rather political, boys. I get why I only have 3 viewers right now. They're not coming here for the Regretful Read stream for the politics. I'm kidding.
About taking away LGBTQA plus people's rights, while thinking about the things I would do to my blueberry muffins luscious butt cheeks. Biden's POV. I was currently at my true love's rally, wearing a disguise. Oh no. As I stared adoringly at my beloved sweetheart, I could hear him say in the background of my daydream that he did not support gay marriage. My heart shattered. Ever since I met my darling teddy bear, my biggest dream was to one day marry him. And now, my dreams have been ripped to shreds.
Biden? What?
I rushed out of the rally sobbing while attempting to rub the blurry tears out of my eyes so I could see where I was running. Eventually, I found myself in front of Dawn's Pizza. I was hungry from running for so long, so I decided to stop for a quick bite. When I entered the restaurant, I saw Daddy Cheeto sitting at the table. However,
Daddy
he was not
Cheeto?
alone, as he was sitting on his delicious fat bootay with his vice president, Mike Pence.
Mike Pence, oh
I glared
no!
at them in jealousy. The only place he should be sitting is on my face. I thought.
I guess Biden is the dog.
My sweet honey bunches noticed me scowling at them and flashed me his charming, pearly orange Cheeto dust smile. Hey, Joe! Come eat a pizza with us! Of course, I'd rather eat something else. But I joined them anyway and began eating a slice of pizza. Trump's POV. As I watched my alluring little pumpkin pie chew his pizza, I couldn't help but wonder what it would feel like if he was eating my little pickle instead of his pizza. But those weren't very holy thoughts, and I'm a very hardcore Christian, so I let them leave my holy mind. Donald, are you there? Mike waved in my face. Yes, what are you saying? I asked while mentally noting that I should stop daydreaming about my beguiling little marshmallows pickle. Maybe I should pay more attention to how horrible I'm making this country. I was suggesting that we go to my place after this, Mike said.
Wait. Of course, the fanfiction writer's a fucking lib. Of course, but still. It's fucking funny. For a lib writing this, it's funny.
Said. Insert Debbie Ryan smirk.
What?
Absolutely not. Why would you ask that? The audacity. He knew that I was in love with my dazzling firefly, Blow Pro Joe.
Blow Pro Joe. What? Blow Pro Joe?
Why would he say that in front of my extraordinary princess? Pence's POV.
Oh my.
I knew that my breathtaking Cheeto had...
Oh boy, went from 5 viewers to 1. God damn it. Let's keep going.
...fallen in love with Dildo Joe, but I was in love with my plump Trump. We may have hooked up before with the agreement of no feelings, but I loved breaking the rules because I was a bad boy.
No feelings? Mike Pence and Donald Trump? What? What kind of hookup is that?
Insert another Debbie Ryan. I was aware of Joe the Ho's love for Trump with a big rump.
Joe the Ho's love with a big rump.
Because I had secretly read his diary one day when he forgot it in his drawer of used condoms and dildos.
What?
I had competition, but I was confident I would win my tasty orange over. And I would do that by announcing my love for him. Because I'm in love with you, baby girl, I growled seductively.
What?
Grr, but Papi, I'm in love with Joe Mama. My gorgeous orange monarch butterfly whispered to me. Joseph Robinette Biden Jr.'s eyes widened.
Joseph Robinette Biden Jr.'s eyes. God damn it.
And quickly pounced on top of Lumpy Trumpy, pulling his face into his own. He began passionately kissing him in front of all the other customers in the restaurant. But I was not afraid to be left out, so I moved to sit next to them and snapped some selfies. I wrote a caption that read, "Just saw a cute couple at a restaurant. Too bad they're going to burn in hell, XOXO," and posted it on Facebook. Then I pushed Joe Bid Exotic off my Cheeto Puff and got down on one knee, pulling out a small box and opening it to reveal a diamond ring. Donald John Trump, I have been in love with you since the day we met, I began, tearing up a little. You have enthralled my heart, mind, and soul, and I cannot imagine living a life without you. My one true love and soulmate. You have a very luxuriant bottom that I would love to spank, and I will be a good husband. Will you marry me?
Spank. What?
But then, Joe the Toe presented a bigger box from his pocket. He sat on one knee and opened his box to display a ring that was bigger than mine. Trumper the child humper, I'm more in love with you than Dense Pence. You will be my first gentleman when I win the election. We can have a Cheeto-themed wedding and have the White House painted and renamed to be the Orange House.
The Orange
Will you marry
House.
me? My
Damn,
Wattpad
that's
app colored
what
sugar
happened
cube
if I was elected president. Or,
looked
ruler,
between us
monarch.
hesitantly before snatching both rings, yelling, "Peace out!"
Peace out.
And he ran away. Trump's POV. I knew I should have accepted Joey Tribidibiani's proposal because he had the bigger ring. But fiancés before fiancés. After I ran off with the rings, I sold them,
Hey,
of course,
talk, chat.
because all I care about is money. Then I bought a ring pop at Costco and put it in the proposal box. I texted Big Joe
come on.
asking if he could meet me in the middle of a forest.
Sheffo says, J stands for John in Donald J. Trump. I thought it meant Johnny, as he's clearly the greatest ancestor of the leader of the Jellyfish Pirates. God damn it, Guilty Gear references.
At midnight. A few minutes
Yeah,
later,
fair enough, Pickle.
he
Fair
responded
enough.
with a yes. Narrator's POV.
What?
What? As McDonald Trumpet stood in a small clearing in the middle of the forest, clutching his ring pop box in one hand, waiting for his magnificent lover, a tantalizing group of Addison Rae, Bob the Builder, Doc McStuffins,
What?
The Fly in Mike Pence's hair, the Geico Gecko, Ivanka Trump, Jesus
What?
Christ, Joe the
Jesus.
Ho riding Biden, Kim Kardashian, Michael Pencil, Moses,
Michael Pencil.
Noah Neck, Porky Pig, Sheldon Cooper, Sophia the First,
What?
the 12 Disciples, the
The
vegan
12
teacher, and
Disciples?
Velma Dinkley wearing pink tutus waltzed into the open glade. All right, you got all that in your mind? Good.
I got all that in my mind.
Oh
I can't
my
even imagine
God! It's my little pet Cheeto! Michele O'Pence gushed.
Michele O'Pence.
Don the Orange Crayon could feel his little orange Cheeto ding-dong get hard as he,
Oh
as he-
boy.
as he watched Doc McStuffins, Ivanki, Joe Biden, and Moses in their short tutus. Doc McStuffins can McStuffin my muffin, Donald thought as he lost himself into a daydream.
No.
"What are you doing here?" asked the vegan teacher, snapping Trump the lump of shit out of his fantasy of Doc McStuffins McStuffing his Cheeto muffin. "I was waiting for Joe to meet me. What are you doing here?" "We came here to have a 30-some," Moses elucidated.
A 30-some?
"Yes,
What?
Daddy Moses." Donald
30-some?
Thrumphree growled as he Debbie Ryan'd. "Can I join?" "Of course, baby girl," Moses moaned. Then they all did the boom boom until 5 in the morning. Trump's POV. After we all finished praising God on our knees, I pulled Joe aside and led him next to a small pond. I knelt onto my knees and presented my ring pop proposal box, cracking it open. "I love you, bitch! Let's get married!"
I
screamed.
Bitch.
"I love you too, bitch, okay." Jojo squealed, jumping up and
Jojo
down.
squeal.
Then we went skinny dipping in the dark and bing bang bonged. And bing bang bonged again.
And bing bang bonged. Let's see. Yoda says, "I'm gonna make a grilled cheese. BRU, who wants one?" Give me one. Give me one.
For 6 hours. 6 hours! No.
6 hours. They bing bang bonged.
2
for
years
6 hours.
later.
2
2 years
later.
Narrator's POV. Today was the big day. The day when Joe will finally marry the love of his life. Together, they had planned an orange Cheeto-themed wedding and had a custom cake made for them. It had 5 layers with Cheeto puffs encasing all the edges
Cheeto
and
puffs.
Cheeto dust sprinkled onto the orange frosting. The diameter of each layer gradually became shorter as it reached the top. A miniature statue of Joe and Donald holding hands side by side was placed upon the top
Aw,
cake layer.
cute.
Currently, Joe was standing at the left of the altar, waiting for his sweet angel to walk up to him. His outfit consisted of a matching ombre suit, pants, and dress shoes that were deep orange at his shoulders and light orange at his shoes. The venue was located at a small church with orange walls next to a beach with orange sand. It was decorated with orange ribbons and flowers along the inside and outside walls. Each wooden chair was painted a different shade of Cheeto orange, with a pathway dividing the rows into 2 equal sections. The pathway was littered with orange tulip petals and Cheeto puffs. Donald suddenly appeared in the doorway at the far end of the pathway leading up to the altar, accompanied by Jake Paul. He was dressed in an elegant orange silk gown that was flowing down to his crusty orange feet. His feet displayed a pair of orange stilettos with a bow tie and Cheeto puff on top.
Oh.
Exquisite orange roses adorned the sash that was draped around his midriff, even though it should be around his neck. Cheeto dust and glitter were mixed together and sprinkled onto the dress, creating a dazzling array of sparkly roses. Jake wore an orange Team 10 shirt and sweatpants. He was going to sing his amazing music for the wedding, performing It's Every Day, Bro.
It's every day, bro.
Slowly, the orange skittle and his bestie strode down the walkway, approaching where his true love stood. The officiant waited until Donald stepped up to the altar and began.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna let the fanfiction play while I'm gone. All right.
Their speech. These guys are a really cool couple and should get married, they began. Do you, Donald Trump, take Joe Biden to be your lawfully wedded husband? I do, my lovely little Snickers candy bar. Donald blushed as he Debbie Ryan'd. You can Snickers my knickers, Joe moaned. I will after the wedding, Donald groaned. If you guys ever hook up, don't forget to include me, the officiant smirked. Do you, Joe Biden, take Donald Trump to be your lawfully wedded husband? I do, my sexy flaming hot Cheeto, Joe gushed, and as he did, the Addison Rae nose scrunch. I now pronounce you husband and husband. The top may now kiss the bottom. The officiant cheered with tears in their eyes. Donald stepped forward and cupped Joe's face, placing his crusty, musty, rusty, Cheeto dusty lips onto his husband's. Cheers erupted from the crowd of guests. They were now husband and husband. 2 years later, narrator's POV. It's been 2 years since the two soulmates got married, and they were living in an amazing life. The two resided in a mansion in Alabama. They asked Amy Coney Barrett to be their surrogate mother, and she died while giving birth. Oh my God. However, the baby survived, and the couple named him Jonald.
Jonald, what? What the fuck, man? I was gone for like about 2 minutes or something, and they got so cursed. Oh. Hey Yoda, you back yet?
A few months after Jonald was born, Donald conceived a baby. He told
Donald conceived a baby. What? What?
the doctors to take the baby out at 8 months because 9 months inside the womb is wrong, obviously. The baby lived and was named Brump.
Brump!
After Joe finished his presidential term, Joe and Donald became popular porn stars and moved to #1 on the leaderboard together. They became super rich and famous and lived happily ever after. The end. Wow.
Oh, that was awful, wasn't it, guys? But there's an even more worse one we have up here. This one is a Scooby-Doo fanfiction. It's even worse than the Donald Trump and Joe Biden one, or even the Super Smash Bros. One. And because the thumbnail is so cursed, I gotta put this on here.
Content you are about to watch is not intended for children. Viewer discretion advised. Welcome back, regretters. Let me make sure the door's closed.
I'll show you a little bit.
This one
That's
is
it.
truly going to be regrettable.
Not Scooby!
It's time for another episode of Regretful Raids. How do we feel about that? Do you remember Kenless Stations? Remember how we all thought that he disappeared? That he got banned? That he died? Who knew what happened to Kenless Stations? Well, he's back on Wattpad, and we've been chatting. He thinks that we need to do some Scooby-Doo next, so we're gonna do that. So let's get started.
Ruh-roh, Raggy! Let me grab some more booze real quick!
This story is entitled Scooby-Doo and His Sexual Battles by Kenless Stations. Chapter 1. What are you doing, Scooby-Doo? Under the intense heat, on a deserted road, past the green automobile that is the infamous Mystery Machine, it clocked at a tremendous speed of 69 miles per hour. Inside the rusty old vehicle were the sleuths, Fred, Velma, Daphne, Shaggy, and their dog mascot, Scooby-Doo. Scooby wasn't his usual self lately. The mutt was pale and shivering at the back of the van.
Gee, I wonder why.
Been feeling under the weather days after the gang kicked off their road trip to
Scurvy getting wasted tonight. Dude, I've been drinking since like 1 in the afternoon today.
Mexico in
Or
hopes
it's
of
like
capturing
2.
the
Probably
treacherous
closer to
illegal
2.
logging duo, Dora and Diego. Scooby's owner and best friend, Shaggy, knew all too well what the hapless canine is going through. That's because he'd experienced it himself years ago. The feeling of sexual frustration. The man tried to jerk. Fucking goddamn it, no.
I'm getting
The man
wasted
tried
tonight.
to mercy jerk Scooby, but the dog slapped it away, for it only wants pussy to cause his long-awaited ejaculation. You see,
Oh my
Shaggy,
god.
being the good owner that he is, casually tracks his dog's heat cycles to aid it in finding a mate beforehand. One time, Shaggy used Scooby's nephew, Scrappy-Doo, as a sacrificial lamb, since he failed to find salty dog puss for Scooby to raw fuck. He also recalled the time he bribed Steve from Blue's Clues to let his dog, Blue, be fucked by Scooby, right in the asshole. Now, stuck in a van, he couldn't do anything but watch his
Oh
beloved
no, not
companion
Blue
suffer
for
from
Blue's
blue
Clues.
The thought of that made him chuckle before turning his attention and body towards the driver up front. Like Fred, could you slow down a bit? Ordered the concerned Shaggy.
Did you hear, Orange? The new GG Twitter trend is saying that Soul and Kai are... No, they're not boning! They're... Look, if there's a Regretful Reads fanfiction of Soul, Bad Guy, and Kai Kisk, fair enough. But the general canon, no. Fuck no. Kai is boning Dizzy, and Soul Bad Guy is boning Jacko. We all know that! Don't get me mad.
Scoop's like sick, man! Fred, who was drinking a can of beer, instantly pivoted his head to face his complaining passenger. Fuck off! He replied in his soft voice and set his eyes back on the road thereafter. Time is of the essence, Shag. We're talking about illegal loggers here.
Illegal
Let's not lollygag,
loggers.
okay? Shaggy's brow drooped after he heard his friend's response. Like, can you at least stop when you see a stray dude? To hell, Shaggy, Fred snapped. We ain't stopping until I get my hands on Chiquitilla Dora.
Chiquitilla Dora.
Those two last words made Fred's cock twitch and throb. It bulged enough to have its form marked on his blue pants. The female passengers saw it and giggled hysterically. What the hell are you laughing at? Inquired Fred before grabbing Daphne's hand and places it on his crotch. Oh boy.
Oh my god.
Why don't you shut up
This
and do
was
something
bad.
useful? He continued
was
with
bad.
lust in his tone. Velma, feeling left out, could only stare out of jealousy while fingering her nerdy vagina as Daphne fondled
Gross.
Fred's lumpy groin. Lumpy. Amidst the ruckus that developed at the front, Scooby lay massaging his thrumbing penis. His scrotum cradled like a medieval coin purse, and his asshole clenching shut.
What the
lack
fuck?
of intercourse made him flex his entire body, causing his blood.
I mean, we all know Fred has 3 ways. Well, not in that Velma series, which is dog shit.
Vessels to swell. He longed for the sweet pleasure of having his red rocket buried deep inside another organism.
Oh no!
At this point, he doesn't care if it's a dog or any other animal.
What?
The horny hound only had one thing in mind: to feel the sensation of moist flesh wrapped around his painfully stiff cock once more. As he masturbated, Scooby noticed Shaggy's luscious, ripe ass behind the very tight pants the man wore. Shaggy was too busy to suspect the contours of his ass cheeks being visible as it got pressed by his jeans after bending over to prevent his head from hitting the ceiling. Scooby's eyes sunk back into its sockets, all the white turning bloodshot, as he saw the seemingly inviting ass of his owner. It wobbled, which, to Scooby's understanding, taunting his sexless ordeal and asking to be ravaged silly.
No!
"Oh, shit!" exclaimed the aroused dog, his cock expanding to uncharted lengths. He couldn't hold it any longer. He needs a mate.
Hey,
Nature
Boston,
requires
you'll
him
find
to.
out about the twist
Scooby
soon.
galloped towards the tempting male ass, ready to uncover it from its fabric bindings. The dog took a deep snort of Shaggy's buttocks before pulling his owner's pants down to his ankles. What in tarnation? The man's reaction. Scooby was amazed at the butt he just unveiled. It was smooth and powdered like a newborn. Perfection like that doesn't come around often. He splits the ass sideways and gives it a lick, starting from Shaggy's wrinkly balls up to the back of his ass crack. God damn it. Starting from Shaggy's wrinkly balls up to the peak of his ass crack, making the surprised man jiggle his glutes. Zoinks! Shaggy yelled, but was soon muffled by the dog's dirty paws.
Forgive me, Raggy, for I must fuck.
Whispered Scooby in his retarded
Forgive
accent.
me, Raggy.
I like you, and I want you.
The hound knew Shaggy was a virgin, so the application of lube was a necessity. He positioned
no,
his
is my
stick
power
at
going
the man's
out?
Anus.
No.
Cha-ching! Sticks his long tongue out like an opening.
Guy Fizz Anything says, would you know of a satire Nintendo YouTuber who made sarcastic video game essay narrations? Lost Media, ring any bells? I don't really know, man. I don't know. And Night Llama says, Dogpill, damn it, Origin. It's not exactly Dogpill, but it's cringe. It's supposed to be cringe. It was meant, so this one was actually meant for the Regretful Reads channel when he was still up on YouTube.
Cash register, injecting.
That's the joke, Orange. There's hundreds of those YouTubers. Nah, I don't get it. I'm also like pretty fucking drunk too, so I might have went over my head.
Shaggy's bumhole with it.
Bumhole?
Shaggy cringed as Scooby did spring cleaning inside his rectum.
Gross.
I can't handle this right now. Shaggy cringed as Scooby did spring cleaning inside his rectum with its organ of taste. Fred and the others, knowing Shaggy and Scooby always does weird shit in the back, ignored the chaos that ensued. In addition, the lack of windows were enough to give the space shade for Scooby to hide his endeavors. Afterwards, Scooby removed his tongue out of the asshole and watched Shaggy's drenched ass shine. Like, enough of this nonsense, dog! Demanded Shaggy. Scooby towered over the man and responded, "You, nay, you have failed offering me a mate!" And his eyes glowed from the sunlight. "You, and that's a crime for which you must give me your own anatomy!" Shaggy was aware that his dog was beyond saving, so he took out a pack of edibles under his shirt. "Would you fuck me gently for a Scooby snack?" No thanks, I have my own pack right here, Scooby said as he palmed both of Shaggy's ass cheeks.
No!
It is indeed true. Shaggy's behind sure was a snack. Perhaps even more flavorful compared to the actual junk food the sweet anus hairs gave an additional zest.
Oh no, Pickle!
Afterwards, Scooby readied for his act and prepared his monstrous cock for ignition. Shaggy was frozen out of fear. His pet's penis was scarier than all the spooky ghouls they've encountered in the past.
No. Oh shit. Let's go back.
Content you are about to watch is not intended
Where were we?
enough to give the space shade for both of Shaggy's ass cheeks. It is indeed true. I don't know why I'm doing the talk between the mountainous man buns.
There we go. We're back.
Zoinks! 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 Yelped Shaggy.
I'll
each
be
word
right back.
Corresponding to Scooby's thunderous thrusts. Scooby laughed, for he had finally performed sex. Oh, it's 2:30 in the morning. I don't know why I'm doing this. Slapping sounds can be heard as Scooby's nutsack smacked against Shaggy's balls gracefully, like a pendulum, maintaining a steady swing with each scrotum taking turns at being the collider. Meanwhile, Velma, who was annoyed at Fred and Daphne's moaning, decided to transfer at the back to hang around the weirdos. As soon as she turned, Shaggy is seen being manhandled by his own pet. That, of course, made Velma dripping wet. "Got room for one more?" she seductively asked. Scooby, who was caught by surprise, pulled out, then fell on his ass. The dog didn't expect that they were gonna get caught. He'd already planned this out before he commenced his assault. Guess it failed. "Do not fret, you sexy dog," Velma assured. She was stripping. Her breast was now exposed. "I won't tell." Scooby's jaws dropped at the sight before him. Velma's jugs were king-sized. No, queen-sized! And God save him, for he was about to lose consciousness. The dog smirked creepily and signaled
Queen-sized?
Velma to come and over herself
What?
to him using his cock. It twitched 3 times. Velma got the idea and crawled sexily towards the shadowed dog at the corner, who is now groping his aching nuts. Chapter 2.
Oh no, Reggie.
Cease this at once, Scooby-Doo. "Oh my!"
Cease this at
Velma
once.
exclaimed in amazement after seeing the dog's Scooby-Dong sprouted out of its sheets, dripping pre-cum. "I see you're ready
What?
for me," she continued with a giggle. Scooby laughed back
God
and said,
size.
"Always been, m'lady." Velma crouched down, even lower, until she faced the private areas of her friend's dog. The woman took a long, drawn-out whiff and inhaled the strong aroma
Gross.
of Scooby's rotten asshole, which she then basked in for quite
Rotten.
some time, savoring the entirety
Oh,
of
that's
the
so
dog's
gross.
"May I?" the nerdy girl asked. She pointed at Scooby's nuts as to indicate that she wanted to suck them. Scooby nodded, and Velma went in for the kill. She engulfed the full ensemble of the mangy mutt's testes down her throat. "Aroo!" Scooby howled in satisfaction. He clawed the wall with his right paw, and his left palmed his forehead, for he wasn't prepared for the immense pleasure he'd obtained. "Pipe down back there, damn it!" scolded Fred, still focused on the road. The blonde driver was having the time of his life with Daphne playing with his bulge, and he wasn't gonna let some assholes ruin it. Daphne, on the other hand, was getting impatient. She's been massaging Fred's crotch for half an hour.
Come on, Freddy. Can I take it out now?
She whined. "Wait till I'm hard, you dumb slut!"
With time hard.
Daphne,
What?
now pissed, decided to be the aggressor. She unzipped her boyfriend's pants and revealed Fred's hidden 2-inch treasure.
Wait.
What is this?
Wait, did this wait. Did this fanfic reveal that whole thing in Velma? That shitty series, Velma? I wouldn't be surprised.
She gasped.
Scooby-Doo, where are you? More like Freddy's dong. Where are you?
Daphne let out a maniacal laugh.
Looks like we've got another mystery on our hands, Fred!
That caused Fred to blush in embarrassment. He was insecure of his size ever since his parents, especially his mother, mocked his minuscule. He was insecure of his size ever since his parents, especially his mother, mocked his minuscule wiener when he was a child.
It's erectile dysfunction!
Fred defended himself before pushing
What?
Daphne's head down and shoved his fun-sized pecker into the woman's mouth.
His fun
He relied on his
pecker.
incredibly massive ball sack to give the choked feeling most girls like.
What?
At that moment, Scooby's nuts were still devoured by his human partner. Velma was a different breed. Being a geek her entire life resulted in the absence of sex, which in turn made her into an animal, driven by lust.
I think it's time for you to raw dog me, Scooby,
said Velma, with Scooby's balls still attached to her throat. Scooby obliged and gestured Velma to turn around, which she did. The debauched hound thereupon inserted his entire love length inside his female companion's cock wallet.
Jinkies!
Squawked the geek as she got fucked. Scooby's girth was definitely a surprise. Scooby stuck his tongue out as he pounded hard, the satiating vagina. He was getting close. The tightness in his balls was starting to act up. But then, a cold hand suddenly groped his ass. Scooby looked back to see the lanky culprit. It was Shaggy.
It was Shaggy.
You think you're the only one who knows how to fuck a bitch? Shaggy said. I screwed a dog once, man! Scooby's eyes
Gross.
widened, and Shaggy
Fucking
elongated
gross.
his throbbing shagger. Ruh-roh!
Ruh-roh.
I hate this.
Ruh-roh, Raggy.
As a dog, it's normal for him to crave bones. But what Shaggy had in store for him wasn't the kind of bone he wanted. Come on, Scooby! We got some work to do! Remarked Shaggy while lubing up his penis with his spit. And with that, Scooby's ass was fed with juicy human meat. The force made the canine pushed his own cock deeper inside Velma as well. Both of them were now humping simultaneously. Scooby groaned as he got sandwiched by his owner and Velma. A literal hot dog. His ass reddened by Shaggy's tunneling minor 49er.
What?
Shaggy then
gross.
grabbed Scooby's tail and pulled it to support his palindrome insertions. The stench of Scooby's wretched anus was starting to intensify due to the numerous queefs exerting the dog's internal grime. Yet Shaggy ignored these.
Gross.
He was used to such fragrance. All those years cleaning up Scooby's droppings at dog parks made him a different, improved being. A man equipped to handle any repulsive object handed to him, whether it be solid or watery. It doesn't matter. You like that, Scoobert? You like that, Scoobert? Shaggy moaned. You're gonna take this schlong all day?
You like that? God damn it. This one's so bad. I remember listening to this one when it came out. I was like, oh my god, this one is so fucking awful. I think it was around the time that I finished up my fanfiction as well. My horrible World of Warcraft fanfiction that I wrote intentionally for Regretful Reads, but he never read it. I read it to my friends, and they found it so funny. But, hey, you know, maybe we might read that later on tonight. I don't know.
Hey, like all day, man.
Like, I'm really fucking drunk, so I'm probably not really gonna be reading anything tonight.
The dog was sweating profusely, but silent.
Like, you're not fooling me, because I can see the way you shake and shiver.
Shaggy teased.
What?
Yeah, Raggy.
Yeah.
Scooby-Doo me. The dog finally expresses his delight.
Scooby-Doo me?
Then,
What?
Scooby turned around, lifted his hind legs over Velma, and the two crawled rear to rear, with a penis still inserted inside, similar to how dogs mate. Shaggy did that too, and the three lovers, soon after, were locked in a romantic knot.
What?
I'm coming! Scooby notified. Yeah, Scoob! Don't hold back! Velma squealed in anticipation. If you come through, then you're gonna have yourself a Scooby snack! Encouraged, Scooby emptied the tank and filled... Scooby emptied the tank.
Hey, Pickle, you should have finished Tales from the Cuck a while ago.
And filled Velma's hole with his Scooby-Dooby goo.
God damn it, Postnut. I mean, of course I'll read it. It's gonna be a special episode. I just need to get drunk for that when Tales from the Cuck gets done. You better work on that, Pickle, not on your book. Even though, honestly, I'm kind of looking forward to that too. It's probably gonna be pretty good.
Scoob, I'm coming after you! Shaggy was up for the challenge and did his own release. He squirted his male extract inside his dog. The man came so hard that his whole nads were sucked up into his groin, and he fainted. Velma was euphoric after Scooby filled up her senses and asked to be filled again. Scooby never felt so wanted. His heart warmed from such a compliment. As a reward for the admiration, the dog made Velma's wish come true by stuffing his penis inside the nerd's asshole. Velma received total bliss.
What?
She endured the continuing slide of the appendage. However, Scooby humped a bit too aggressively and knocked his partner's glasses off.
Oh,
My glasses!
no.
I can't see without my glasses! yelled Velma as she squirmed around the floor looking for her lost item, while Scooby, still strapped in her ass, holding her like a guy with a lawnmower. Daphne heard the commotion and asked Fred to check it out. Fred investigated and was appalled by the scene he just saw. Oh no.
No.
He just had the urge to barf so bad but held it in instead since he doesn't have enough cash for a car wash. Oh my word! Bestiality's a crime! Fred yelled. He quickly grabbed his phone. Wait till my father hears about this! He's a lawyer! Determined not to be euthanized, Scooby, out of self-defense, excreted bile and cum out of his anal glands and shot Fred right in the face, temporarily blinding the poor man. Jesus, take the wheel, for my eyes have forsaken me! Fred prayed as he scrambled to wipe the slick off his... Fred prayed as he scrambled to wipe the slick off with his ascot. He commanded Daphne to take control of the gear shift, but unfortunately, the horny woman thought Fred was subliminally asking for a quickie and shifted a different knob. Imbecile! That's my cock! Screamed Fred. Those were the last words Daphne would hear as the car went out of control and crashed somewhere in Mexico. A loud smashing sound then occurred from Shaggy's collapsed body, exited out of the windshield due to the forceful impact of the collision. Minutes later, Fred and Velma got out of the wreck, bruised and scarred. They saw a lot of villagers already piling up, but something at the distance stood out to them. It was Scooby. And not only that, he was screwing a chihuahua.
What?
Hold on a sec. I thought Scooby was with us the whole trip? Freddy was bemused. Then why is he fucking a stray? Velma's glasses gleamed and answered, That's because the Scooby was having our car. Isn't Scooby at all. Fred and the whole crowd gasped. Then who the fuck is it? I think I know who it is. Velma responded as she walked towards the dog in the damaged vehicle. She removed the fake dog mask, revealing a guy with a very punchable face. Former Subway spokesman and local pedo, Jared Fogle! Fred shrieked alongside the surprised crowd. Fred asked why, and Velma gladly explained. After he heard the news of us looking for Dora, Jared somehow managed to replace Scooby so that he can ride along with us and meet the young explorer herself. Well, that explains it, Fred said, convinced
Well, that explains it.
Jared sneered. Yeah, if it weren't for you meddling fucks, I would have gotten a Latina puss. Hush now, Fred cuts him off. Language! He points out the large crowd and said, Think of the children.
What?
Jared did so and got hard. Jared did so and got a hard erection. The two survivors and the crowd laughed. Oh, Jared, always a riot. Never change, man. Never change, Fred said as he hid his own stiffy. The sun was starting to set. The police took Jared Vogel away for his immediate execution. The real Scooby leered in a mocking demeanor as his doppelganger passed by him and bellowed his famous catchphrase. The content you are about— Scooby-Dooby-Doo! The end.
Oh boy, that was bad. But this next one is gonna be probably even worse. This is something that I've never even heard before. Oh boy, let's get back to the show thing.
Out to watch is not intended for children. Viewer discretion advised. Welcome back, Regretters, to another episode of Regretful Reads. Today, we're talking about Ralph from Wreck-It Ralph and Fix-It Felix. So, that's what we're doing. Let's get started. This story
I'll be right back.
is entitled
Keep listening.
Moving to New Neighborhood by Redneck Girl 123. Felix POV. I grabbed my hammer and locked the doors. Goodbye, old house. I got in my white van and drove off to the new neighborhood I would be living in. I got out of my van and told the screaming little children in the trunk to shut up. Then I thought maybe I could keep them in my new basement. I took them inside in the basement. I heard a knock on the front door. I opened the front door. It was this huge, attractive man. I really wanted to suck his dick. Oh, God. He said, "Hi, I'm Ralph. Wreck-It Ralph." I was drooling. He's so hot. I said, "I'm Fix-It. Fix-It Felix. But call me Felix." I blushed. He then started to speak again. "I'm next door if you need anything, Felix." And then he winked. My dick enlarged massively. What was I feeling? Chapter 2. Asking Ralph for help. I was struggling to move all my boxes in. There was a lot of valuable things in there, mostly whips and handcuffs. Oh, and some Bibles. Amen. I needed help, though. So I went to go knock on Ralph's door. He opened it right away. "Hi, Ralph. I need help." It was so hard to talk, but my dick was hard. He said okay and followed me. He helped me move all the boxes in. I said thanks. When I was leading him out the door, I tripped on one of my whips and landed right next to his big fat cock. I wanted to suck it. "Oh, sorry," I said. "That's okay," he said and winked. It was so wet,
God,
cum
this
started
one's
dripping
awful
on the floor.
too. This
I
is
hope he
even
didn't
worse.
notice. I was so wet, cum started dripping on the floor. I hope he didn't notice. He got on his knees and licked it off the floor. I was even more wet. He got up and left. How could he do this to me? I wanted him to wreck my asshole. Chapter 3. Dressing Room. Since we live in a gated community, because we're white and privileged, we have a neighborhood gym. I went into the gym, and Ralph was there. He looked at me. He was changing. I got undressed as well, and I saw him staring. I blushed. "Hey, Felix," he said while winking. I swear on my life I got hard. Hey, Ralph." I blushed again. I felt something in my underwear. Ralph saw me look down, and he went on his knees and grabbed my dick. I would suck it, but we're in public. Wink. He's such a tease. I got fully undressed and put on my gym clothes. He smacked my ass like a drum and left.
What?
I was so wet.
What the fuck?
Chapter
What am I
4.
listening to?
Waiting. I think I was in love with Ralph. He has the big, huge dick. I've never seen it out before, but I've only seen the outline through his tight pants. I wait to see him walk past my house every day, hoping he knocks on my door. I fell asleep and dreamt of him sticking it in my ass, and I woke up in an actual pool on my bed. Why does he make me like this? I was just thinking about him when I heard a knock on my door. I slowly went down the stairs and opened it. It was Ralph. "Hi, Felix. You left your hammer at the gym." He handed me my hammer. He was about to walk away when I said, "Ralph, will you, hit me with the hammer?" "I'm BDSM." He nodded and hit me, and I was bleeding. I was so turned on. "One more time." So he started beating me with the hammer. I was hella wet at this point. He said, "That's enough for today." Wink. And left.
Wink?
I could barely move. Chapter 5. Ralph's cock. Ralph's cock is all I thought about now. I never even left my house because I was always hard from the thought of him. I just wanted him to suck me and then I suck him right after. I imagined his dick was bigger than an actual tree trunk. I wanted to show how much my hole could take. I went to sleep that night, thinking of Ralph's big tree cock. I never fucked Ralph,
gonna wreck
only
it.
in
You're
my dreams.
right,
I was desperate. I even tried going on Grindr, but no one was as good as Ralph. I wanted his dick in my mouth, ass, and ears. Basically, all my holes. I don't know what to do anymore. Chapter 6. Ralph has a new lover. I was in my room, shaking my fat ass to Good Form by Nicki Minaj, when I saw something I didn't want to see. It was Ralph, and he was getting into another man's car. I closed my curtains a little bit so he wouldn't see me looking. Right there, I collapsed on my floor.
Oh no,
What did Ralph see in
Felix!
this new guy? What does he have that I don't? I hated everything. I want this new guy dead. I'll kill him if I have to. Maybe all three of us can have a threesome first, though. IDK.
IDK.
Where are they going? What are they going to do? I'm so mad and sad at the same time. How could I let this happen? Ralph's cock is mine, and mine only. I went down the stairs to eat a cum and ham sandwich.
Ham sandwich. What?
Yummy. And for some reason, I just couldn't finish
What
it.
the fuck?
Was I depressed? Does Ralph really have this impact on me? I fell onto the floor and just started sobbing. "Ralph, I love you. Please stick your dick in all my holes," I whispered.
Oh,
maybe
what?
Queen Nikki will grant my wish. Chapter 7. What did I do wrong? I saw Ralph and his new man pull up into his driveway. My heart dropped when I saw them together. I opened
Why
my
is it
window
a
to hear their
man?
conversation, but I couldn't hear much. I decided to wait till dark. 2 a.m. It's now 2 a.m. I snuck into Ralph's yard and looked into his bedroom window. They were humping each other. I wanted to shoot the new guy in the fucking head right there, but I controlled myself, and I got a boner as well. Why is Ralph so fucking sexy? Why? A couple hours later, I saw Ralph fell asleep, so I decided to sneak in. I did so successfully and kidnapped the new guy. I hit him in the back with my sex whip, and he passed out, leaving me to carry him into my sex dungeon. I tied him up, 50 Shades of Grey style, and started rubbing his
What?
ugly small dick so he could wake up. "Who are you?" he said. "Don't worry about it. Who are you and why are you humping Ralph?" He looked shocked, like if he didn't know I was stalking both of them. "Ralph is my cousin." My face turned pale. Ralph likes incest? I got an instant boner. That is so sexy. No, god damn it. Not.
Oh, that's disgusting. What the fuck? What the fuck? Ah! Gross. Gross. Oh, Ralph is sure gonna wreck his cousin, I guess.
Sexy, Felix.
Ugh.
Not sexy. Ralph came running into my dungeon half naked, meaning he only had a towel wrapped around his waist. My boner got even bigger. "Ralph, I can explain." "Don't. I have no words. How could you do this without inviting me, Felix?" "What? He wants this?" I wanted to confess my love for him, but what if he doesn't
is
feel the
so
same way if he
bad.
just wants to smash the fuck out of my small butthole? I don't know what to do right now. Ralph, please join our threesome. He took off his towel. His big dick hit the floor. It must have grown overnight. That shit was huge. He took off my pants so his cousin started rubbing both of us. Yay, incest! Who knew this night could go so right?
Oh,
But then
so
suddenly,
bad.
something bad happened. Uh-oh. Chapter 8. Worries. I looked up and saw Ralph crying. Why was he crying? Ralph? I said. He looked at me and left. I grabbed my clothes and went home. I showered and cried. Thinking of Ralph being upset made me so sad. What went wrong? How could I make him feel better? I got out my pathetic shower, got dressed, and went downstairs to eat something. I was going to make it up to Ralph. I went to Dollar Tree and bought him a bunch of stuff. Mostly snacks, drinks, and
What?
of course, some condoms. And they even had some butt plugs. I paid for everything and left. I knocked on Ralph's door. He opened it. Hey, Ralph, I bought you some things. He looked down at me. Come in, Felix. I entered his house. It smelled blueberries cum, my favorite scent.
What?
We sat on the
Blueberry
couch.
cum?
He looked at me and picked me up and put me on his lap. Are you okay, Ralph? I noticed you're acting real... He cut me off by sticking his tongue in my mouth. What is happening? I just went along with it.
Damn it, Post Nut.
After a couple of minutes of making out with the sexiest man alive, he pulled away. Felix, I want you to know why I was so upset. I really have feelings for you, but my family is homophobic. I was in shock. He has feelings for me? Me? What does this mean for us? Ralph, we can keep it a secret, I said. No, Felix. I can't risk it. But you fucked your cousin, Ralph.
Oh my god, you fucked your cousin, Ralph. Gross. Gross.
He looked at me like he just got caught lying about everything he told me about his homophobic family. Ralph, don't you trust me? He just kept looking at me. Is he lying? Does he just need an excuse not to be with me? I got so upset, I left. Chapter 9. Confusion. It's been 3 days since me and Ralph have seen each other. It's been really hard, but I don't understand why he just doesn't want me to be with him. Is his big dick worth this much? Maybe I should just date his cousin. I saw Ralph walking to his car. He looked sad.
Gross.
Whatever. I decided to break into his house. I went through the back window and made my way to his room. I found his family pictures. They're all inbreds! I yelled. What is going on in Ralph's family? Is this why he doesn't want to be with me? Because we aren't related? I heard the front door open, and not only did I hear Ralph's voice, but I heard his whole family. I hid under his bed. They mad their way to Ralph's room, and they all started humping each other. Oh no. Family orgy. God. I saw Ralph's feet from where I was laying, and it turned me on. I wanted to join them, but I couldn't since I'm not a blood relative. After 5 hours, they all left, so I snuck out and walked to Ralph's front door.
What?
Knocked. Felix, what are you doing here? Ralph, we need each other. Stop fucking your family members and fuck me instead. He looked shocked. Felix, you don't understand. Fine, Ralph, be that way. Let your redneck inbred family control you. I'm done. I'm moving on. I left, trying not to show my boner since I got hard from confrontation. I didn't even want to look back. I walked into my house and had an anger outburst and started destroying everything while jerking off. Why must Ralph make me feel so happy and angry at the same time?
How the fuck did
Suddenly,
that happen?
I felt something in my stomach. Like a kick. Am I pregnant? No, that can't be possible. I'm a man. It started kicking more and more, so I went to the doctor. They gave
What
me an
the
ultrasound. The results were
ultrasound?
almost impossible and unrealistic. This can't be.
Oh, no.
I'm pregnant.
How is he pregnant?
Chapter 10. Who's the father? I woke up in a hospital bed, barely remembering what happened. A nurse came into my hospital room. Would you like to know the gender? Oh no, I suddenly remembered why I'm here. No thanks, I said to the nurse. I finally left the hospital, still confused on how I was pregnant. Who's the dad? I walked into my house and laid on my bed, even though it was covered.
Who's the dad? What?
And dried up cum stains. Oh, God. I was so focused on this mistake of a child inside me, I completely forgot about what happened.
It's so gross.
I really do miss his cock. I went to take a DNA test because I needed to find out how this happened. I waited in the waiting room for 20 minutes. Felix, the doctor called. I stood up and followed him into the room. He took a cotton swab and swabbed my penis hole, and I instantly got hard. That's not how it works. He looked at me with a sparkle in his eye, so I jumped on top of him, and we started humping each other. After that, he gave me the results. Ralph is the father. What? How could this be? Turns out Ralph is so sexy that even looking at his dick can get you pregnant. I have to tell him, but I don't know how he'll react. What do I do?
What do I do? What do you
end. To be continued, I guess.
This is not going to be continued. No, it isn't. Thank God it is not continued. It's not. Thank God. But we have even something worse than this. We got even something worse. Oh boy, I've been waiting to share this one on stream for a while. It's gonna be bad. I promise you that. Hold on. This next. Oh, this one is going to be really bad. Yep. I remember listening to this one. Yep. You're right, Postnut. It's going to be even fucking worse.
The content you are about to watch is not intended for children. Viewer discretion advised. Welcome back, Regretters. It's time for more Regretful Reads. I have a feeling that this particular story may or may not be one of the worst. So let's figure it out on our own, shall we?
Yeah, let's figure it out, boys.
This story is entitled Mi Amor, a Mickey Mouse, Goofy, and Donald Duck fanfiction.
No!
By Obama's a Tit.
Obama's a tit.
Let's get started. Chapter 1. The inside is better than the outside. Goofy's POV. Moaned Goofy as he fingered his super lube asshole. Great start.
Great start.
He was positioned on the edge of his race car bed, 4 fingers shoved up into his hot hole, the other hand gripping his long, flappy ears. He was seconds away from climaxing when the red door of his room flew open. Red is the color of passion.
Red is the color of passion.
Mickey started, but he was soon cut off by the sounds of Goofy's huge climax. Mickey watched as Goofy's red rocket dick spewed everywhere, and his tight asshole gaped at him. Oh, the asshole said to him. Oh, yuck! Screamed Goofy, detaching his fingers from his goofy ass.
Gross.
His limp dick got smaller as he came down from his high and rolled over onto his bed. His fat eyes looked over to see his door slightly open, but no one was there. He shrugged his shoulders and started to clean up the sexy mess. Mickey's POV. Mickey ran from the doorway, hearing Goofy scream out his climax. He went back to his room, collapsing onto his bed. He glanced up to see his ears had gotten bigger. They only grow when he's horny. Oh no. Oh dear. He was turned on by the sight of his friend. Touching himself. Oh God. He could still smell the scent of sex wafting out of Goofy's room. Could still see the sight of Goofy's fingers plunged inside of himself. His pink member splurging. Mickey couldn't help but reach into his khaki cargo shorts and yank at his micro mouse stick. He massaged it with his thumb and forefinger, unable to put more than 2 fingers on it at once. He used his other hand to touch his ears, trying to make them shrink to their normal size. The more he massaged his ears, the more turned on he got. Donald's POV. Donald fucking ducks.
Donald fucking duck.
Donald fucking Duck stood in the middle of the hallway, between Mickey and Goofy's room. Both doors were open, and he watched as Goofy cleaned up his mess, and as Mickey stroked himself. God, that was hot.
What?
He had seen the whole gay-ass event happen. Mickey saw Goofy fucking himself with his long-ass dog fingers, then ran to pleasure his little dick. Donald, pantsless as always, waddled over to Goofy's room and knocked on the slightly open door to let him know he was there. He questioned the still horny hound. Goofy shook his head, and his gaze traveled down to Donald's hardness. Donald was aware of the look, but pretended not to see Goofy's gay ass undressing him with his eyes. He waggled his little tail and waited for Goofy to reply. Oh, no. He might be in his bedroom if you want to check on him.
Yuck,
He said.
Yuck.
Donald smiled sweetly, but it was hard to smile because he's a fucking duck. He quacked, gesturing for Goofy to follow him. Oh, sure, yuck. They both walked down the hall to Mickey's room, and Donald put one big-ass feathered finger in his duck lips, telling Goofy to shut the fuck up. Donald opened the door a crack, and they both peered in to see Mickey lying on his mouse-shaped bed, stroking his micro-penis. No, his atomic penis. And Goofy almost gasped. But Donald covered his doggy mouth with his wing. Both Donald and Goofy got hella fucking hard at the sight of Donald, touched Goofy's shoulder sensually. He led Goofy away from the door and further into the hallway. His wing traveled down the dog's long, thin body until he reached his crotch. Goofy made no moves to stop him. Donald snuck his wing into his gay friend's baggy pants, finding his rock-hard erection. He then yanked that soft doggy dick towards him, leaning up towards Goofy. The hound leaned down, and Donald whispered in his ear. End of Chapter 1.
Oh no.
Chapter 2. Donald gets the goof.
Yuck.
Goofy's POV. Donald Duck said to Goofy. Goofy didn't know how to reply to that, so instead, he closed his mouth and nodded sullenly. He had a mission now, and he was gonna do it. God, he'd do it so hard he'd have Donald begging for mercy. He picked up the small duck boy and threw him over his shoulder, carrying him to his bedroom. He tossed him onto the red race car bed and tore off both of their clothes, including Donald's Uggs. Donald's tail was wagging faster than the speed of light. Goofy grabs a couple pieces of bacon out of his bedside drawer and rubs the greasy pig meat all over Donald's greasy duck meat. Donald lets out a little quack at the smell of it.
What?
Goofy grabs Donald's little duck dick and rubs it. Donald calling out. Goofy continued massaging his corkscrew until he decided he wants more. Goofy flipped him over onto his stomach, pulling his little ass into the air. God, he had such a cute little ass. Goofy slapped his ass cheeks once, which caused a little quacky moan out of Donald. Goofy liked that. Yuck, Donald,
I'll be right back. Keep listening to this.
he said sensually. He slapped him again, and again, and again. Each time he did, he said those 2 words, and Donald quacked loudly in response. Yuck, Donald.
Quack!
Yuck, Donald.
Quack!
Yuck, Donald. Donald begged, and Goofy brought down the force of 1,000 dogs on him, and even though the door was closed, he was sure Mickey could hear the chorus of animalistic noises they were making. You like that, you little yuck masochist?
Yes!
It was at that point Goofy knew he had to fuck him. So he grabbed the greasy bacon and used it to lube up his victim's asshole. At one point, he fucking shoved the pieces of bacon up Donald's tight asshole. Yuck! Take the hot bacon up your hot hole! Donald moaned loudly until Goofy yanked the bacon back out of his arsehole. He positioned his dog meat at the duck's rectum, but not before lubing it with some almond milk he had. Like a chef, he combined his almond milky member with Donald's bacon greasy asshole. They were gonna make something new and gourmet. Goofy pressed his length inside Donald, both of them moaning. Goofy retracted himself, then pushed his hips forward again. He moved in and out repeatedly, fucking Donald doggy style, just how he liked it. Yelled Donald between moans. Goofy moved his hips as fast as he could, pounding into Donald's ducky butt.
Oh my god. It's so bad. This fanfiction is so fucking bad, and we're not done yet. We're not done yet, boys. We are not done yet.
Somehow, in all the anal, they didn't notice when Goofy's radio started playing a popular song. Just a small town girl, the radio boomed. Yuck, Donnie! Living in a lonely world. Oh, Goofy! She took the midnight. I can't get enough of your yucking arse! Oh, gosh, Donald! I'm almost there, he told him, feeling the familiar pulsing of his meat.
I'm almost there.
Just a city, boy!
Unleash it, Goofy! I want your STD!
Goofy didn't know whether to be insulted or flattered, but he really didn't care. The only thing going through his mind was that he was about to blow his load
so
inside
bad.
of one of his best friends. And God, he loved it.
Night Llama says, who wrote this trash and how high were they? Probably very high or very drunk.
He took the midnight
So
train.
bad.
Yuck! Coming, Donald! The smell of bacon and almond milk filled the room as Goofy lunged once more, filling his insides with his fluids. Goofy pulled himself out and rolled over onto the bed, spooning Donald.
Goofy, that was amazing! We're doing it again sometime?
Of course, Donnie. And next time, we can try it with LaCroix. I hate this. Chapter 3. The LaCroix Kink. Mickey's POV.
The LaCroix kink. What?
Mickey kicked his feet on his bed and cracked open a cold LaCroix with his boys. Donald and Goofy sat across from him, sipping on their own cans of LaCroix. The cold sodas tasted like gay sex.
This is worse than the Robbie Rotten X Basilisk fanfic. I'm glad I'm making this worse for you, Night Llama.
Like testosterone and sweat.
What?
Just like Mama used to make.
So,
Mickey began.
you two have been busy, huh?
He said. Donald grinned widely, and Goofy tugged on his collar, a little nervous.
Huh, I know about the sex, you gay fucking cheese bags!
Mickey said, taking a long sip from his dead watermelon LaCroix. Goofy watched as Mickey's throat moved, swallowing the liquid, some of it dribbling down his chin. Donald noticed it too, and leaned forward a bit. He outstretched his feathers and trailed his wing down Mickey's arm.
Oh, yes, that!
He quacked seductively.
And what do you think about it?
Mickey gulped down the rest of his LaCroix, his lips glistening with the clear shit soda. As soon as he put the can down, Donald leaned forward and planted a big old smackaroony on Mickey's thin lips. It was kind of gross, though, because his mouth tasted like fucking LaCroix. Donald was both disgusted and highly aroused.
Oh, wow, Mickey! Your lips taste delicious!
Donald said. Mickey just nodded his head. Donald moved downwards, his rock-hard duck lips kissing their way down his neck. Mickey moaned softly.
Hey, Donnie! I've been meaning to ask you something. Anything, Mickey?
Donald replied as he continued hicking Mickey's long-ass neck.
Are you related to Ronald McDonald?
Donald said between kisses. Goofy's POV. Goofy said nothing as Donald continued kissing Mickey, pushing him onto the bed in a sensual, duck kind of way.
That kind of way.
Goofy sipped on his LaCroix awkwardly as the event went down. He watched as Donald's wing found its way into Mickey's pants, massaging his thembus. Donald murmured. Mickey's eyes widened, then went into bedroom eyes as he knew exactly what to do.
Gym socks?
He whispered.
Gym
That
socks.
made Donald moan loudly, his corkscrew cock twitching.
Gym socks.
Unwashed assholes.
Donald moaned, his dick throbbing.
Back sweat.
Mickey said, which caused another deep, guttural moan and groan combo from Donald. Donald yelped, his eyes shut.
Bread mold! Closet mulch! Uranus!
Mickey called, sending Donald into overdrive. He threw his head back, his eyes closed, his body tense, his little dick vibrating in his immense orgasm.
What?
His hot org.
He's hot org.
He let out a long sigh before finally turning to Goofy, who sat still as a statue, his eyes wide.
Get over here and make yourself useful! I want you to paint me green and slap me like disobedient avocado I am!
The end.
Oh my god. Oh, that was so bad. But that's not even the worst thing we have tonight. We have something even worse. We have to go back to the transition thing. Because the thumbnail is so that bad.
The content you are about to watch is not intended for children. Viewer discretion advised.
Actually, we're gonna take a little bit of a music break. Why not? Why the fuck not? What an ear workout. Could it get worse? What do you mean worse? You guys are gonna get a little bit of a break. Don't worry. Get your ear workout. Get your ear break in now. Sorry. Where is it? There we go. Get your ear break in. Okay, you got your break in. We have a few more fanfictions.
Here we are once again. Yes.
I'll show you guys the thumbnail for a little bit. That's about it.
You've seen the thumbnail. Yes. You probably saw what I posted on YouTube and what I posted on the Twitter comment thing with the polls. No. This is not going to include Dora the Explorer. It will include everybody else. That is,
God damn it.
not Dora or Diego. So, here we are. We're going to go through 3 fun stories by Dummy Thick Stupid Hoe. Before we get started, make sure if you want to support this chaos and regret, you can subscribe and leave a comment. And if you're feeling generous, support me on the Patreon in the description. Story number 1. Backpack and Map. Okay, great start. Oh, Map. Harder. So, Backpack. First sentence.
No.
Map was thrusting his paper penis in and out of Backpack's tight, wet fabric pussy. He broke her slutty little hymen as her zipper opened up to reveal an array of sexual things, forming a circle in the air. Ah, yes, that's my filthy baby, said Map, looking through Backpack's collection of dildos and magic wands, as well as containers of lube and boxes of condoms. Suddenly, Map drew in a sharp breath. He had forgotten that paper sperm could impregnate a fabric being, and hadn't used protection. Fuck, he thought.
Oh, by the way, after this, we're gonna read my fanfiction that I submitted for Regretful Reads when he was still active on YouTube.
Backpack finds out she's gonna kill me. I better keep my mouth shut. Baby, is everything good? I need you inside me, whispered Backpack.
No.
But Map ignored him, digging through the pockets until he found Backpack's fat, throbbing clit and rubbed against it with all his might, pausing every few moments to tease her labia with his girth. Backpack began to shake, wet fluids dripping out of every one of her crevices. But Map continued thrusting, fucking Backpack from every angle. After 17 minutes, he came, allowing his warm semen to travel up the walls of Backpack's vagina, his massive cock going limp inside her. Yes, Daddy, yes. Map heard a voice from behind him as he perched at the edge of the bed, praying for another erection to come soon so that he could continue abusing his cotton lover's filthy pussy.
Gross.
I'll be back in there in a moment, sweetheart. Don't you worry, replied Map. But turning back, he saw Backpack with a puzzled look on her face. Babe, I never said anything. Who are you talking to? She asked. Map instantly knew the mistake he made. Acting like he was about to go down on her, he peered through Backpack's vagina and beyond her annihilated cervix.
Gross.
In her uterus
I'm gonna
was
put
a
my
tiny
boobs
fetus.
away.
God damn it, another fetus.
Gross.
And to Map's horror, it was attracted to his dick. Observing further, he noticed that the fetus had a little penis. No child of mine will be gay, murmured Map, reaching for a coat hanger nearby. Okay, so... wow.
Ugh, that's fucking gross.
Story number 2.
That's
Swiping
gross.
boots virginity.
No.
Swiper? No swiping. Ooh.
Oh.
Swiper? No swiping, Swiper. Oh, Swiper. Please, Daddy, no swiping, ooh-woo, said Boots. Swiper arched his back before shooting up for one last thrust. He snapped and came that same instant. Oh man, he murmured. Now it's your turn to eat me. Boots, unable to walk due to his wrecked anus, throbbing from crawled behind Swiper and spread his ass cheeks apart. He pushed his long monkey tongue in and scrunched his nose at the taste of poop. However, kept going, circling his tongue around inside. Despite the taste, the smell was delightful and encouraged Boots to suck at Swiper's opening. This caused Swiper's cock to swell and fill with blood, springing up with joy. He grabbed Boots from behind and swung him forward, humping him as Boots wailed. Unfortunately, Swiper thought they were moans of pleasure.
Oh, gross!
His penis ripped all the way through Boots till the tip struck out of this mouth. Boots bled and cried, but Swiper, enjoying it with his eyes closed, thought he was screaming and coming, and kept going. He kept unknowingly pleasuring himself with a corpse until Boots' body went through the process of rigor mortis.
That's so gross. That's vile. That's fucking vile. Oh my god.
Because his body was too stiff,
Bruh.
Swiper got permanently stuck inside Boots and starved to death.
What?
The end.
The end?
Why am I doing this?
Why am I doing this?
All right. Story number 3.
Number 3.
Issa and the Big Red Hen. Issa the iguana had been in a serious long-term relationship with Benny the Bull since 2012. However, as Benny was a good Christian, he only had sex with her after they got married a year ago. Issa, on the other hand, was a badass who loved adventures and her deal of one-night stands.
Oh
And had
no!
missed getting pounded, but waited for Benny because she loved him so much. Now they had been fucking for a year, and it just wasn't as good as she remembered.
Oh my god.
One day,
Modern
Issa was
woman.
walking down the hill to Boots' funeral when she saw the Big Red Hen twerking to the musical version of Do Not Stand at My Grave and Weep. How sexy.
Gross.
A few minutes later, it was time for the funeral dance. Dora and her father danced, as her mother stared at them with jealousy. They cut the cake, made a toast, tossed a flower bouquet, all the normal funeral stuff. This was Issa's chance. She approached the Big Red Hen, spread her legs, and began to grind. "So your husband can't do the deed, eh?" the Big Red Hen asked. "I'm good at reading a desperate pussy." Issa was left speechless, and she was swept up to the hotel rooms upstairs. The Big Red Hen kicked down one of the doors with her strength and entered the hotel room. But there was only one bed.
Gross.
Big Red Hen ripped Issa's dress off with her beak. She squatted down and shoved her tongue inside Issa's vagina, curling her tongue up, and she rubbed the tip of her upper beak under Issa's clit hood.
Gross.
Then she spread her feathers between her legs apart to reveal a throbbing, juicy coochie and began to grind it with Issa's.
Oh, gross. Gross.
Use. Yes, Daddy, Issa screamed. She knew that from that moment what needed to happen. She left the room after laying on the Big Red Hen's chest, allowing their fluids to mix together on the sheets and let their pussies relax after an intense orgasm. She left the room and picked up the divorce papers. Well, please, Let me know which one of the 3 stories was your favorite down in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe. Remember, all of these stories I did not look at beforehand and are reading for the first time. And this is the first take. So please show your support if you'd like. Shout out to the patrons, all of them over on Patreon.
Okay, you guys are gonna get another music break. You guys deserve it. I'm going to play this before I read my own fanfiction, so you guys enjoy that. Okay, so, oh boy, let's get reading to my fanfiction that I wrote a while back, mainly because I wanted to submit a story for Regretful Reads. So, this is Shadowlands Season 4, Chains of Love. Oh no, Night Llama, it's not over yet. We still have my fanfiction to go over. So, Chapter 1. Let's go over. Chapter 1. Ancient History. Scurvy's point of view. I wrote myself into this too. When the Primus was perusing around the eternal city of Oribos, he was getting together his fellow Eternal Ones in order to see if there was anything wrong going in the Shadowlands. The Primus, being the military leader of the Shadowlands, was the one to make all the plans when it came down to seeing the realms of death functioning properly. I'm gonna take a sip of water. Whew! In ages past, he had led the armies of Maldraxxus, his home realm, against the various cosmic forces of the universe, some which I have even faced in my time of undeath. I have sworn allegiance to not only the Primus, but also the Necrolord Covenant, which he leads as well. I remember seeing the armies in shambles because he disappeared not too long ago. I began reading this ancient book I found called Necrolord Aphrodisiacs. Fucking hell, I laugh at my own shit too. But it seems as if it's some kind of history book, rather than a book about the Primus's sexual adventures. The old fuck knew how to write a good story. I firmly believe that from reading the title alone, that he has written something a little too steamy for my undead mechanome eyes. However, I was a little bit more invested in the historical context of this particular battle, seeing as it took place way before the realms of undeath were properly ordered. However, this idea that maybe the Primus in his prime turned me on a little. I don't know how, but I guess some Death Knights can still get aroused. I immediately started to wonder how big his staff was, and the one in his belt slot. My own Mechanome lightning rod began to start feeling a little shock, but I must continue reading before the attendant see my 12-inch mecha member. As I kept reading, I found out how accomplished the Primus was. It almost felt like I was reading a diary that he published. However, the publisher was also the same publisher that was involved with the steamy romance novel series. I guess those fuckers existed during the Ordering of the Shadowlands. My eyes then caught the words written in Domination, considering that in my time in Zereth Mortis, I thoroughly learned said language in order to combat against it. But reading the name Zoval on the page did not have me mind controlled. I then read the words. As I looked at Zoval towering over him, I gave a lustful grin because the other Eternal Ones were not as tight as he was. I then begun to think that maybe the Primus isn't such a good writer after all. Let's go to chapter 2. Oh boy, hold on, let me get some more water before we continue reading. Let's continue. As my thick ass began to... Okay, so how it all happened. Zoval's point of view, aka the jailer. As my thick ass began to judge souls, as I was the arbiter during this time, I noticed that the Primus and his sexy beard began to look at my chiseled pecs and abs. I quite liked it, even though I was encased in my sexy armor, which only accentuated my bulge. I blushed whenever he saw me. Daddy Denathrius didn't quite turn me on like Daddy Primus did. I don't know how that Tunk Denathrius got so much fanfare from the heroes of Azeroth, more like my Azeroth, but I guess that's how pervs think about us Eternal Ones. However, my main problem is that I was stuck up on this platform where I only got 5-minute breaks every eons. In those 5 minutes, I would use up all the lotion I had and start rubbing my giant flesh gavel. As soon as I touched it, I immediately began to thought about Daddy Primus and all the possible things he could do to me. But as I was almost turned on by the thought of destroying the system in order to be with Daddy Primus forever. However, when I was rubbing one out, I began to yell at the top of my lungs, "Oh yeah, I want to destroy that system that's keeping us apart." And then my soul extract came out from my flesh gavel, going all the way down to Torghast, which didn't exist yet. However, it would seem as not all the splooge would go down there. I had a particular grunt, and it sounded like Daddy Primus. He then teleported up to my platform, and there's where shit got violent. He brought the other Eternal Ones with him and Daddy Primus. Told them about my jerk-off fantasy. Daddy Primus, being straight at the time, was disgusted to see that some of my liquid soul was dripping down from his horns. However, the other Eternal Ones were more interested in punishing me for my beliefs. Oh my goodness. I really was writing this shit at the time. It took me about an hour, probably about 2 hours to write all this. Whew. Once that happened, I looked at the Primus and his 36-inch anima hose. He then said some unimportant shit about betrayal. Before I could say my piece about the divided cosmos, I started to get another erection because I was in Daddy Primus's domination cuffs. When I got transformed into what I used to look like before donning my new sexy armor back in the sanctum, I kept my domination cuffs on me for the purpose of what I always wanted. However, on my first day of my new job as the jailer, I got a surprise visitor. Oh shit. Let's go to chapter 3. Charging in dead ass, the Primus's point of view. When I got down into the maw, eventually, I will get into Zoval's back maw. I began to think about why I was suddenly attracted to him. I could have had the Archon's poon, but not her harpoon, because that would be really sus. But the problem is, her pussy be too translucent. How would my nut even go in? Would it just slide out, and I would not feel any satisfaction? Also, I don't think that girl have pussy juice. I then begun to think about the Winter Queen, but the thing is, her ass is flat. I also don't know why the first one's designed her that way, but it do be that way, though. But then, I remembered spying on her in the heart of the forest, where she took off all her shit. That's when I saw that there was way too much hair on that thing. Just like the tree she resided in, it was way too bushy, and I think my belt slot could have not make it even in there. And Denathrius, well, I'm not gay just yet, but I believe his ass be too loose. When I teleported my way to the top of Torghast, I saw that Zoval was a little busy jerking into the void. Maybe he wanted some of that soul juice to drip down onto some of his higher ranking lieutenants, like those we saw in the Shadowlands Season 2 Affix. I guess that's his way of promoting his soldiers. When I came across him, he immediately dropped to his knees. I don't know if that boy had trauma, but he'd been giving me them fuck eyes. So I whipped out my eternal cock, and Zoval opened his small mouth up wide. That boy had nice lips, so I kissed them before sticking my 36-incher in there. Considering that we be fucking on top of Torghast, all them vile souls be coming down here as well. I guess 2022 be ancient history. A picture I forgot I wrote about the whole Blizzard sexual assault thing too. A picture of Bill Cosby and a portrait came flying down, and he was looking thick. I wanted to fuck it too, but then a couple of scumfucks came down too. One called Afrasiabi be speaking, yo, are we gonna be getting fucked up and start touching some women inappropriately? Some of the other Blizzard devs who got fired for sexual misconduct all agreed with him. However, what they did not know was that Zoval had recently recovered from his jerk obsession. I learned that he, just like me, has a 40-inch eternal cock. Considering that he was the arbiter, I knew something fun would begin. I rammed him my mythic keystone up Zoval's great vault, and he would let out a sexy, guttural moan. He then replied to me by saying, "Dominate me, Daddy Primus. Put on the domination cuffs immediately while I start a train." I was surprised he knew what a train was, considering that he was getting involved in trains is a pastime of gladiators in my realm. But he do be correct that forcing the Blizzard devs to partake in this gay-ass train as punishment. It's just getting worse. Trust me, I wrote all this bullshit. Okay, chapter 4, the setup for the train. Zoval's point of view. I was certain that these scumfuck devs would get their punishment for harassing women, but I too was also aroused by Daddy Primus's 36-incher. I wanted him to deposit his anima in my sanctum so badly, my 48-incher sprung out like boing. My first sight was on Alex Afrasiabi and his tight ass that wasn't fucked at all. I begun to stick the tip in there, and he was already moaning and calling me daddy. But the thing is, there's only one daddy here, and that is Daddy Primus. I then encouraged Afrasiabi to start fucking Ghostcrawler in the ass. We would begin making a new tradition among the Shadowlands, especially among the Mossworn. While I was not turned on by the metal of my forces, I also brought in a necromancer to start fisting his ass. But just before I could begin the fisting, someone new came down from the abyss. Well, I'm gonna get me some water. Woo. Could it be? It was Playboy Cardi, and he begun speaking in his weird-ass language about bitches and hoes. But the thing is, I'm not straight, never was. The Archon was too translucent, and the Winter Queen was too hairy. I'm ahead of the curve like that. I know, I'm just so great. I found it fitting that he was here since Whole Lotta Red Deluxe hasn't been released. It still has not been released. I'm disappointed. I began to scream at him, "Where the fuck is Whole Lotta Red Deluxe? I want it now!" But Cardi replied by speaking gibberish that only his fans could understand. I guess I wasn't big enough fan, but the main problem was we were out of cocks for him to fuck us with. We were all about to come in unison, but someone new was about to join our orgy. Then it would have messed up the timer. So I had Afrasiabi start eating Cardi's ass, and he started rapping at the time he got head from Trippy Red. Once he started rapping, Daddy Primus deposited his anima in my tight ass. Then judged souls I had in my cock were released inside Afrasiabi, and Playboy Cardi shat on his face. I found that to be fitting payback as well. Thank fuck. Oh, let's go to chapter 5. In the meantime, we'll take a little bit of a break. We're halfway through. ScurvyRum audio sub. Oh, god damn it. You guys got to read the last few chapters. That was my bad. Let's read chapter 7. Eternity's Climax. My point of view. There was still some dominated automa in there. But instead of wanting to kill us, they wanted to suck off the Primus. Yeah, those guys don't have mouths. They too were programmed to call him Daddy Primus in their musical ass fuck language. However, we needed to get into the heart of Sepulchre right away, for whatever reason. He began to use his organic two-handed staff as a fan to whip the dominated automa, as that was something. He also learned, while listening to Regretful reads, by listening to him, the Primus learned all the things his dick could do, and used a lot of those techniques to fend off the automa. I cannot fuck their mental butts, but I'm not attracted to robots. Instead, I decided to make them cum their energy out by using mecha lotion and applied it to my pincers. They found it more pleasurable that they sprayed their progenitor energy onto us, empowering us even more. Best of all, we teleported into the heart of the Sepulchre. We saw Fareem spanking his bent broker monkey onto the previously active model of Azeroth. He got the fuck out as soon as we caught him, and then that's when we learned the truth about Zoval's fate. He was truly dead, and no amount of energy could save him. Considering that dickhead Pelagos is now the Arbiter, it is impossible for Zoval to come back to life. However, the Primus was not happy about seeing his husk, and had to do something about it. Let's go to chapter 8. We are almost done here. Gonna get me some water. Chapter 8. Am I seriously going to do this? The Primus's point of view. I was like a distraught mother who had lost her child at the park. I tried using mouth-to-mouth as well as CPR, but it did not work. It was too late for me to save my sweetums. I started crying because I wanted Zoval to fuck me instead of the other way around. However, let's see. There was something that was surprisingly still active. I must have felt like getting an STD from a random chick at Coachella. But since I'm gay, it would have been AIDS from some other guy who didn't clean his cock. I felt like Zoval's husk fuck me. Even though it was hard, Scurvy had to walk away because he would possibly vomit at the sight of what I was going to do. I assume he had a lot of reflecting to do on his sexual identity. I get it, but thankfully I don't have to question. For just one moment, this felt right. This felt right to do. It was a proper send-off for my former lover who Scurvy's friends killed anyways. I noticed how the husk was on his knees, giving me those fuck me eyes, but I wanted Zoval to have more of a dignified end. I positioned the husk on a downward position, his anima vent facing upward. I took off my robe and the pants with it to reveal my own tight, hairy ass to my former lover's cock. But before, I then used the spell to make it lubed up, as well as my hole. I then decided to start riding his giant mall rat mount of epic quality. The purple item was sliding deep inside while I was riding at 310% flight speed. It felt so good. I kept on riding. Then my own cock got hard. I began to say, "I love your gray purple dick going deep inside me. I love it. I love it. Fuck me harder." I also cast a spell to make my dead lover's cock even harder and longer. But just for this fuck. We were gonna be here for a long time. So I put on some Playboy Cardi music, just like he wanted all those years ago. However, the thing that is missing from this would be his grunts and guttural moans. Wait a second, I had the power to do just that. I gave Zoval some of my anima in order to have a full experience. it was just his prototype husk, but just like the prototype form of me, it was enough for some of his form to come back. He even started talking to me again. Let's go to chapter 9. I'm telling you, this is pretty bad. Yep, I know it echoes a little bit, but hey, you could deal with it. Chapter 9. I live again for this moment of ecstasy. Zoval's point of view. Fucking the Primus felt like I was fucking some biscuits from Popeyes, but it was nice for me to fuck him instead of the other way around. While my cock looked a little necrotic, just like the effects no longer in the game, it gave him a stacking damage over time effect where the pleasure was increased. He was a big fan of it. It also felt dignifying knowing that I was on his mind for all this time, even after my betrayal. I then made him do a dance while riding my epic mount, and this made my cock grow up to 60 inches, and 24 inches in diameter. I was ripping his ass to shreds, but Daddy Primus was a big boy and can handle such intensity. I then began screaming Daddy over and over again. Unfortunately, my balls weren't there, but I did feel something that was coming through. That feeling was just like the idea of having blue balls. I was about to show him the power of domination splooge. My domination rocket was almost about to lift off. I just needed him to ride me for a little bit longer. We needed to come in unison. But the main problem was that I don't know how often Daddy Primus jerked off. Daddy Primus said, I'm going to cast my final spell during this one last fuck. The spell would be the spell to make us both orgasms the best ever. I also believe some mechanome fucker is watching us too, but was not turned on because he wanted to see some reliable to be some reliable narrator or something. I then reminded the Primus about our safe word, which we learned from Regretful reads, Toyota. I then said, when I say Toyota, just on its own, we will come at the same time. It will be eternity's climax. I grunted some more, which turned Daddy Primus on. Toyota! I yelled. We then reached eternity's end as my dark black slimy domination splooge went up Daddy Primus's ass, and Daddy Primus began to release a rocket of green bazooka juice. Keep in mind, I wrote this. I should let you know. I suddenly died again, but I wanted to say a few last words before I hand the mic back to Scurvy to tell the aftermath. Daddy Primus, you're the best lover any Eternal One could have. I will let you fuck Pelagos' tight ass if he consents. Fuck him as hard as you fucked me. Daddy Denathrius, fuck you. You are a useless pawn and only made my domination rod flaccid. The Archon, your ghost ass made my nuts go right through you. Instead of working on the divide between Kyrian and Forsworn, been the problems of visibility because there are things that want to fuck you. The Winter Queen, for the love of my thick ass, please shave down there. Then none of this would have happened. And with that being said, it is my time to go. Remember my last words and not the shit about a divided cosmos. Let's go, Brandon. Fuck Joe Biden. Okay, last chapter. Last chapter of this. Okay, hey Obama Ball, how's it going? What was that thumbnail? Type W if you need therapy after that. I'll pay for it. Hey, you should pay for my therapy after me reading my own fan fiction that I wrote. Chapter 10. Shame and Consequences. My point of view. The Eternal Ones and Prince Renethal would find out about the Primus' antics back in Zareth Mortis, as I had a camera on me the whole time. The only one who got off to it was the Winter Queen. This would inspire her to try to convert the Primus to be straight. She also did as Zoval said and finally decided to shave down there. To my knowledge, I think she failed. She needed to find some male companionship, but Daddy Denathorus wasn't around as Mal'Ganis took the sword he was captured in so they could have gay butt sex. As for me, I became completely straight. Even the idea of the Maldraxi train made my cock retract inside my body. I am also no longer a Necrolord too. I joined the Kyrian Bastion because my damage output was just better and more consistent. And also, there was no such thing as a train there. I found it safer because I'd rather not be raped by a bunch of muscular gladiator dudes. As for the Primus, he would create the day he fucked the husk of Zoval to be an international holiday among the Shadowlands on the 1st of May called Outdoor Fucking Day. Good song. Everyone would be forced to listen to the entirety of Whole Lotta Red for the whole day while everyone got freaky with one another. Unfortunately, this tradition did not catch on in Azeroth or even Outland. But as for Zoval, I think he's dead for good. I don't think the Primus's magic could do the trick a second time. I think it was a lightning in a bottle kind of thing. I was able to find the second book after all that. The Primus was not very good at keeping secrets. Inside the book, it was just a bunch of pictures of his ass throughout the years. A major thirst trap for homos, but it didn't work for me. I think the sexiest picture would be when he was 21, 22 years old, just like me. I'm actually 23 now. He even took pictures when he was the rune carver. Crazy, I know. But he had a thick ass even when everything else was something straight out of a concentration camp. I suppose I should take that vacation to Ardenweald, as now the theater is a strip club, but I think I'm more interested in the art gallery in Turnaside. It has a new exhibit of carvings of cocks from the Drust, as well as nude portraits of the men of Azeroth of all different races. I wanted to see what a big black dark iron dwarf cock looked like. The end. The next one will truly be a regretful read. Yeah, that wasn't gonna happen. Nope. Oh, boy. That was kind of a long one. That was kind of a long stream. But we're all done now. I'm kind of glad I drank through the whole day. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I might be on here next week, but if I'm not on here next week, certainly 2 weeks from now. You guys have a